Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Downtime in the Hangar, where we talk about all things GBO2 and tangent often. And today we've got a guest. We're joined by RedWolfVion,
Howdy.
GamingEmblem,
What's up?
and Gustav the 13th.
Yep.
So, Vion, if you want to start out, let everybody know what you do, what you got going on, and what you've been up to recently.
What's going on, cool kids? I am RedWolfVion. I enjoy playing Gundam Operation 2, and you may have seen some of my content on YouTube /RedWolfVion. I post sorts of pool videos, guides, and all sorts of silly things GBO2 related and other games. Check that out once you have the time. But lately, I have been playing off and on GBO2 as well as PSO2. I know. It's busy times.
Cool. Like what do you play in PSO2, by the way?
So in PSO2, in the American version, I play Summoner right now. I used to play Braver and then Fighter before that, so I jumped between Summoner and Fighter. I'm waiting for the American servers to catch up so I can get Phantom, because I did play the Japanese version, and Phantom was my main, and I absolutely love Phantom. PS2 was amazing. I'm so happy we finally have it in the US.
Me too.
For real though.
I needed my anime titties. Yeah, game's great. Cast.
God.
Excuse me.
In a row here.
Pets only, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
That and 5.3 update of Final Fantasy 14 just came out, which is amazing too.
Oh
A lot
yeah.
of people are excited about it, yeah.
Level 60 on free accounts, which is again slightly salt on my part because I'm only like 45 and I can't play anymore because I had a subscription. So I just made a new account and I'll just get Shadowbringers again when they put it on sale for they always put it on sale for crazy cheap. So
Yeah.
I'll just for the same it's essentially a month and you get the content. So I'll go ahead and just play a free account till I have like every class I want up to 60, and then I'll, subscribe after that. Which is cool that they have it set up like that. So then when I'm, grinded out all this other stuff, then it's like, okay, cool. Then I'll start paying. But definitely one of the best MMOs, though. I agree with that. We were talking about that right before, and yeah, I Black Mage, Summoner, I'm in there for those two. Like, I can't wait to get to the end game with all that full combos stuff where you get like Bahamut and stuff. Like, what? Like, I wasn't even expecting that.
It's nice.
The raids are fun.
Yeah, the raids are amazing. And like the raids, the mechanics,
the
sound, so good. Near raids. Get to it, and then we can talk.
Oh god, the Nier soundtrack for that is amazing.
So good.
Oh, by the way,
good.
What server are you on?
I'm on Hyperion on the Primal Data Center.
Okay, so I'm joining Primal Leviathan with some other people. So we can then play. Can we do raids at that point? Is that what that means?
Yes,
Okay,
you
cool.
can. If you're on the same data center, you can invite other people to your party as well as visit their servers.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm going to be on Crystal, I think Crystal's the other data center, and then I'm going to be on Primal as well. So that'll be nice.
Hit me up, man.
But yeah, anyway, Emblem, what have you got? What have you been doing? What's been up?
I'm still getting in the swing of my work training and stuff like that. Been keeping busy. Banking is kind of different now with the current situation. So you have to wear a mask a lot, which kind of stinks. Not my breath, but just the whole situation in and of itself. But yeah, it's weird getting used to. I was talking to Maniac about it. I'm just glad I don't do anything strenuous, because I'm already like hot and bothered just doing that by itself, and having to actually like do anything where you actually got some real activity. My desk work has me like, so more power to anybody who has to like do any real work while also having to wear a mask all day. Like you guys are in there, so keep it up. But outside of that, What were you about to ask at the Magnum?
Oh, well, I was gonna say the like when I worked in the hospital, I was doing
Mm-hmm.
transport. So while I was going to college, that's what helped with paying some of that. And
Right.
like I was doing 12-hour shifts, and probably one of the worst ones though, were when you had a patient that was either severely like their possible like immune system stuff, or they had something
Mhm.
that you could catch, anything like that. You had to suit up, so you got on your like all this. Essentially, you're wearing the gloves only on your entire body, so you got to tie that around and robe up, and then get your gloves on, and then it's like full body coverage, and then put the mask on, and you're in that for like 3 or 4 hours straight. So then by
Oof.
the time you take that off, you're just covered in sweat, and it's just like, and the thing is, you had to pick up the person like 4 or 5 times because they're pretty much
Mhm.
out cold or in a horrible amount of pain, and some of those were pretty rough. Just by the time you're done, just now I will say though, when you're in the CT scan room and you got a full lead suit on, it's like, oh yeah, man, I got my power armor on, let's go. Like it was kind of cool. Like,
That
and the
weight.
thing is, you're like doing it
Oh,
fast. Some of those were interesting because you would be like, like the person could have a heart attack, which so you had to go. You
Mm.
had to go quick. So it's just like, something bad could happen. We've got to get them down, get them scanned, get them back to the better setup that's like in the uh, DCU or ICU, whichever one it was that we would go to. So the thing is, we were moving. Like it was, one of those kind of like intense moments. So the thing is, you get there, you have to suit up in that full lead suit, and it's heavy. You got everything. You cover everything in just lead. You've just got this huge suit on, and then CT scan happens, and you're already weighted down by this. You got to pick up some 200, 300 pound person, and then move them over, and then boom, they hit the scan button, pull them back over, do everything, strip out of all that, and you're still covered in everything else, and then go back. So yeah, some of the mask thing though, I've been like, oh no, this is easy. Like as far as just wearing the mask for all this stuff, I can go for like 4 hours in a mask and be like, what? So that was my training for this. Plus, staying inside and not getting out though is more more of the main thing. But I have to
Yeah,
wear a mask.
trouble staying inside, but everything else is pretty good. But yeah, anyway, um, what is it? Quarantine struggles, am I right?
Pretty
But
much.
I'm getting ready I'm ready for the weekend. Um, our Sunday plans arrived
Hey.
in the mail the other day, so I figured I'd start building some raids. Gotta show the raids some love because nobody else will. Um,
Oh man, that's good.
so I've got that, and I've been fine tuning some things for our stream on Saturday, which is going to be specialty themed. I'll say this. I've been kind of like teasing it throughout the week, but I'll have a special guest on the stream on Saturday. But the plan is to play variety games. So if you guys are free on Saturday and want to join in, I'll be doing stuff like Fall Guys, Battle Op, 100% Orange Juice, um, and just whatever. But it should be pretty interesting, and it'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, besides that, the usual battle operation and in a PSO2 where we don't have quite as much cosmetics or character classes or levels, but we're struggling. We're struggling to catch up.
You'll get there.
Thank you. I hope so because I need to make it to NG.
What's that?
But that's about it.
What's in G?
Sorry, I figured you knew about it, Magnum. It's
Yeah,
New
yeah.
Genesis.
Oh, okay, that, yeah. Okay,
If
sorry,
anything, I'm
sorry.
more
When
interested
you
in
said
Genesis.
NG, I don't know.
Yeah.
Everybody's throwing out all these like.
Acronyms are hard, man. I don't blame you.
They are. Just let us stay with LOL and WTF.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like
We're
So
getting
Oscar
it.
talked to me about
Zigga
PSO2 and he used like an acronym for like Quest or something, and I was like, I don't know what that means. So I feel you there.
But
I
yeah,
still feel that way for MBON inputs at this point. I need to actually learn all that stuff for fighting games.
Oh, love it. Love it.
AB62 ABB. Okay, I can't even remember my Soul Calibur rotation.
Just use,
but
just
Say,
get
if you
an
can
easy
remember
one on
some of
that.
it for Caliber, that might actually help a little bit.
It's like
yeah,
2
like-
BC.
oh
or
well, no,
whatever
I
it is.
remember. Well, that's what I'm saying. I can't remember my Siegfried rotation on Soul Calibur. It's been a while, but
CSA is the one I hear the most.
I need to go do. I actually got Soul Calibur 6, but I need to get on there. I heard he's top tier on there, so I'm like, yes, we back in there.
Uh-oh.
So that's
got
too many
another-
games.
It's got another big dude to fight in that game.
But yeah, Gustav, what have you been doing? What's been up?
The same shit out here doing cross rays. Finished up Endless Waltz earlier in the week. We're doing G Unit now. So that's been pretty nice. Slowly but surely, people in chat have been getting their own special characters too. They've been asking. So, like, our main raid squad is pretty much entirely comprised of people from chat or like our clan DS3. And besides that, just doing dailies. Trying to get more people into our secondary clan, but we're gonna be probably practicing for clan matches tomorrow, which is gonna be a thing.
Nice.
Gotta pay
Either
more.
later tonight or during the podcast, depending on what people are on. One of the guys, Griffin, is actually playing some other games with a friend of his, so he probably won't be there until the morning. But that's just scheduling for this is a pain. I
Oh,
really wish we had some more late night
Hell
ones,
yeah.
but that's a discussion for another time,
Yeah,
or
the-
just when we want to gripe later.
yeah, pretty much. The 1 out of 4 thing is, but so yeah, after we get done with this, I'm probably gonna do like one thing of Hades and just be like, okay, I'm out. Finish this run. 'Cause I got
Yeah,
like
yeah,
halfway through a
actually.
run.
Responsible bedtime for me is when I got to do clan matches.
Pretty much.
And
Yep.
sometimes that doesn't happen either. So I'm just like tired doing it. Like, let's go, I'm ready. What do you mean?
But yeah, as far as for me, I've done. Did I finish Ghost of Tsushima last time? Either way, that's been done. Avengers beta was kind of meh. I'm hopeful because they got a lot. They pretty much got all the assets from Marvel Heroes, and I was big into Marvel Heroes. I really hope they push into a lot of that content and really do stuff like raids. You know, speaking of Ghost of Tsushima, they're coming out with co-op mode, which is going to have 4-man raids. Just saying. So, you know, copy some of that, put Marvel with it, and there you go. And the thing is, you know, people's been like, well, there's not too many abilities. And apparently if you're playing with the controller, it'll actually show that there looks like there's more stuff for abilities, but it's just not in the game yet. So, you know, there's some extra buttons and stuff that kind of come up. I don't know if that was supposed to happen in the beta, but apparently too, from what they said, there's supposed to be 3 different trees. Now, does that mean you get 3 different versions of the character and they still only have 3 abilities, or can you have like 8 abilities or whatever? You know, the question is how far does it go from what the beta showed? Because it seems like there's a lot more in the game, because apparently there's 50 levels instead of 15, which I would hope there would be more levels. But if there's 50 levels, that's a lot of skill points, and there's not even that many skill points you could put in the tree that already exists. So I'm hoping that's correct, and there's 3 different trees, and you specialize in which one you want, and each one's a different play style, etc. But again, that's just a lot of being hopeful, I think. And I'm ready to be completely disappointed. So my expectation, if I had to guess what I would score this coming out, I'm looking at like maybe a 4 to a 6. But I'm really crossing my fingers and hoping that we see like a 7, 8, or a 9. And the thing is, there's potential there. That's the big thing. Like, there is so much potential with this. And I'm a big Marvel fan, so they just need to give me my Juggernaut, though. that was my main in Marvel Heroes. As soon as Juggernaut hit, boom, we were there. That was it. But other than that, usual stuff: GBO2, PSO2. Well, actually, not so much PSO2. I've been doing that offline, but yeah, gotta get that Steam content. Those extra cosmetics from Steam. Just saying. What else? Too many games. I think I did a little Black Clover. Actually, that might have been the previous week, but either way, but yeah, too many games. Point being,
You ain't lying.
Mm-hmm.
Hades, been doing Hades. There we go. That's another one. And then more Path of Exile. So, oh no, oh man.
You've been in it though. Like that's something new even from last week.
Literally the 4th of next month is going to be crazy because Marvel Marvel's Avengers comes out on the 1st for anybody who got the like pre release stuff, and then if you then Path of Exile is getting its whole new league, I think, on the 4th. Now I could be wrong on that one, but I think we might be getting that, or it might be the week after. But yeah, either way, it's just like, oh no, too much stuff at once.
Game after game after game, man. It's crazy.
Pretty much.
They really in.
I mean, it's just like what you were talking about, Vion. Like, just so many things coming out that it's like, if you put something down for a second, it's like, oops. Exactly. But anyway, let's go ahead and get in. Does somebody have a lobby up?
I don't know, but I can talk to Carrie and get one started if you want.
There we go. And I'll go ahead and move the little arrow to Zeta Plus. So, what do we think about this suit? Who wants to go first?
I have not poured it, but my early impressions, I'm kind of sad it's not space, because I hate the idea of them splitting up a 650 raid ground and a 650 raid. Because like Cubalate just came out, and that thing is strong. Like it's strong. It's strong in these matches, 650. And you know, it was already an issue. Yeah, it was an issue with raids even prior to that. But I haven't sat down and looked through the kit. Some people are saying it's a really cool kit, but again, I just kind of wish it was space and ground. Just looking at first glance, that's my first take on it. Aside from that, I love the design. I love transforming suits. I love it.
That's interesting how you said it. People are saying the kit's interesting. I personally think it's bland and uninteresting. So that's interesting to hear.
So I think. Go ahead.
I was just to say, like, if you're not familiar, I have a setup of a password, but the password's 8523. It makes it easier to do invites. If we get anybody excited hopping in, I'll just show them the door. Yeah, I'll show them the door. Nothing personal.
By the way, though, you mentioned the ground only thing. I'd like to point your attention to the GBO4 though with support. So the support's already got that treatment last year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. But
yeah, because it was a good point, because it wasn't just that. The FB is space only too, so there was like double space only suits in that regard.
Yeah,
because FB was actually released last year anniversary suit, I believe. Right? I think it was.
Yeah, the FB was like the quote unquote pay to win suit.
Yeah, we were afraid that it was going to be like an FB situation with whatever suit, either this week or last week.
Yeah. We'll get to the question mark stuff, but I am glad, and also the unit 4 and 5 again. But I am really glad that they're good, solid suits, and not another FB that is like the best top tier space suit. Even at 550, like, do we have a 600 of it yet? But
of FB?
Yeah, the FB.
I don't
It's level 2, so I thought it was level 2 already.
We do have a 600, yeah.
So there should be one.
Yeah, so the thing is, like if you have the FB at 550 even, you can play in 650 games and still just own everybody if you're one of those god tier, players that are going full new type Super Saiyan kind of thing. Like, it is crazy. You just can't keep up with them. I mean, I know there's some Xeon players.
I'm starting to understand why people are frustrated with the color paneling on this thing. Holy shit.
I mean, I just colored in my colors and it worked.
So who hosted the custom match?
There should be one with just 8523, unless Chad's got something going.
I just sent you an invite as well. You got the Rappy profile picture, right?
No, it's actually I have
not to be confused about.
Oh gosh, there's somebody that has your name.
No, that's my Japanese account.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hang on, I'll put my other account here. It's just instead of red, it's burning. Instead.
Oh, okay.
But for the level 1, I guess we can talk about some of the stagger ratios here in a second, unless you already got that pulled up, Emblem. But interestingly enough, for the level 1, it's got some mad defense.
Hey, Masamune. All right, gotcha. That was Dante, right?
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, the resist. I mean, nothing has ballistic resist at this point. Looks like, but its beam resist and its melee resist is 32 and 28 at level 1. Which, with the amount of parts you got, you can pretty much max both of those out, especially on the level 2. That's one thing that I think is really interesting with this suit.
Okay. I got Vion invited. Do you need me to send you one, Magnum?
No, I can hop in. I'm just.
Let's
Alright,
see.
give me-
I just had the suit up on screen, kind of showing some of the stats and
Mhm.
stuff.
all right, give me a second here. Try to get the invite. I still didn't get it yet. PlayStation Y. Let me
There
actually
might
add
be,
you.
yeah, there might be like privacy settings and stuff that
Oh yeah,
tends
you
to
gotta be
the
friends
big
normally.
one.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you go
Okay.
to the customs and then hit square, go down to password search, and then just put in the
Oh.
8523. That should.
Yeah, it should be able to pull it up for you if you don't want to go through all that trouble. That'd be a lot
Yeah.
easier. But while you're doing that, I'll just go down the list of stats for the suit. I'll just start from the top. So between the two levels, the HP at level 1, which is 600 cost, is 18,000. Level 2 is 650 cost, and it's 20,000.
Yeah, that's a big bump between health. I was surprised to see it go up to
2K,
20. Yeah, like that was kind of crazy.
The
or good.
no, I was gonna say the blue. Someone mentioned the blue sabers. Those things look nice.
Oh yeah,
They
they
look-
do.
It is cool to see a different color.
Those are very, very stylish.
The physical shot correction, so like missiles, Vulcans, and machine guns, it's 14 for level 1, 15 at level 2. Beam resistance is 32 at level 1, 35 at level 2. Melee resist is 28 at level 1 and 30 at level 2. The actual ranged damage modifier is 27, while it's 29 at level 2. Melee correction is 33, and level 1, level 2 is 36. So the stats seem pretty nice there. Speed, and this is like normal walking speed and such, is 130. When it's transformed, so when it's in a Wave Rider mode, it goes up to 220. The actual normal form, like when it's in the normal mobile suit form, when it's boosting, is 190. Wave Rider mode has 240 speed when boosting. Both levels of the suit have a base thrust of 70. Turning speed is 69. Whenever it's transformed, it goes down to 48, but you can use the brakes to boost your speed pretty well. Looks like it has level 3 melee priority. It has the kick off counter, and it's a 3-star for some reason.
Okay. Oh, okay. So
Oh, here we go.
here we go again. Here we go again.
Oh, it's done already.
Oh man, there it is. We've already hit it. Okay. Well, I know what inspired him to say that for a topic. We probably should add that in somewhere here on the list. I'll get rid of something when we get down toward the bottom and put that in instead. But we'll just include it with this actually. Why not? But yeah. Skills. I've got the skills up right now. High performance balancer level 1, maneuver armor level 2, force injector level 2, melee combo controller level 2, wing special cushion level 2, flight control program level 2, anti-blast stabilizer emergency evasion level 1, shield tackle level 1, transform flight, and enhanced tackle level 3.
Did you say did or did not have evasion maneuver?
It has evasion level 1.
Okay.
So personally though, I think it's pretty awesome as far as defenses go for raids because it has a ton of health. And as far as stats and what I can tell for damage, it's like a less damaging Hammurabi, but also has 50 in beam and melee resist. All I'm saying. Like, you can get that with your parts pretty easily. and still have decent damage. So I don't know. I've been going high defense, especially on the level 2. I have another, I think it's 2 or 3 in the melee res, so I'm 45 and 50 in the melee and beam. And then with 21.2k life is what I've been doing parts wise. And I can still fit the like enhanced melee, I think 4 and 3 on there. So
Are we getting in there?
yeah. If we're ready to go ahead and we can start it up.
Yeah, sure thing.
But
Hey.
Okie dokie. I have no idea what I'm. All right. So what should I pick? What should I pick? Anything? I don't have the cool raid like everyone else.
do not pick the Hamrabi. Or not, no, sorry. Do not pick the Hamahama. Both of them start with an H. My brain burped on that one. Just don't pick the Hamahama.
Totally don't pick the Cubulate if you have it.
I mean, if you want to wreck our face.
Or by that, I mean totally pick it so that we can get bullied properly.
I was gonna say if you had the Cubulate.
Actually, do it for real. So like,
no, for real though. If you have it,
we're counter picking you guys hard last week. So I mean, Cubulate me up there.
Oh, it's par for the course. Here we go.
Yeah.
Just to
even...
bully.
Good.
No, I said just to show how ridiculous this thing can get sometimes. Oh crap! Did I even suit this up? I don't know. Oh well.
It's okay.
Away we go. Suit up next time for sure though.
But the thing is, like the beams, when I get hit with beams, especially if I get hit in the back, like, I take hardly any damage at all. So the rear from the Cubulate, the rear hit, like hits me for like 500. And I was trying to stand still and take it. So I don't know, for defense, I like this thing. Like it's pretty much if you feel like you die in 2 seconds with the Hamrabi, this thing definitely lasts longer.
This thing dies in 5.
Oof.
Hey, buddy. Oh, I love those sabers though. I get like,
oh yeah, right.
I love them. This is so dope.
But like, I hit your back, so I only dealt like 1,000 damage because the back is too big on this thing.
I was supposed to hit you there.
Yeah, I know, right?
And that's
advantage. The neutral has very low reach.
Yeah, the neutral. That's one of the problems.
Advantage.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because looking at this suit. So I've only played with this suit maybe 4 times now. I'm just like, it has so much potential to do crazy stuff. I love it.
The waist beams that this thing has is kind of meh. I wish they would stagger if you hit with all of the shots.
I agree. They definitely need to.
For a second, I figured like, 3 run bursts. Surely they will. Like, no, they do when you're doing them in the air sometimes, but not with the on the ground.
With ramming.
I think it's the way that they burst, though. I think on the ground they burst like 1, 2, 3, and they alternate when you're in the air, something like that. There's a difference that makes them stagger when you're flying. Also, that 20 some odd sortie time, high cost. Hurt.
So, Gaming, can you do the down slash for me with your sabers real quick?
Sure.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to see if it was the swipe out or like the swipe down. Interesting.
I would have preferred to swipe out.
Yeah, because like
I don't know how I feel about the downswing either. Like for a lot of people who love the prototype, I guess it's pretty cool. But
I mean, even the prototype has more range left and right with its swing too. So
yeah,
like this one's very precise, and I'm like, maybe not.
See, those funnels stagger on a hit, right? That's a doozy.
Also, Asian was like swearing up and down about this yesterday, but apparently this thing's actually supposed to have a variant or like the same gun as the actual Zeta, but they gave us the Shiki rifle instead.
Well, that's just unfortunate.
Did you just like overshoot? What was that about?
And this thing, it has it does, because I know reading a lot of those skills, it does have the binder ability, right? Where if you hit the binder, it takes less damage.
Okay. Oh, yeah, on the back, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Light control cushion or something like that.
It's like wing damage or whatever.
Yeah.
Instead of back binder.
I think it's usually special cushioning or some nonsense like that.
Yeah.
They have some kind of name for it.
So, like, just looking at it, like, visually, it's very pleasing. It's very dope. I like it.
Unless it's in my colors.
I love the Zeta Plus. It's so sick looking.
So overall, I feel as if they did a good job with the suit in terms of like design and everything. As far as me wanting to get it, I don't necessarily feel like I need to have this suit. I could be completely wrong, but it definitely has cool potential to do crazy stuff.
Oh shoot!
Mash
I
that
ran
button.
into you. I ran into you.
Get wrecked. No, what? The force injector. Force injector is the bane of my existence, man. I force injected away from that. I could have dodge rolled and not got hit by you.
Did you move
Yeah.
on your screen?
Yeah,
you just
I got
sat there and took it on
I got
mine.
a full dash, and I was just like, why force?
Oh, you mean after? Okay.
So another
It does have
thing,
enhanced tackle too, so like you can
Shield
tackle
and
into
enhanced, I
somebody and
think.
do like 2k damage, and the shield
You also
tackle
get bonus
thing
damage
too.
for the shield.
that's pretty dope.
So even
What's
on
the starting
Yeah.
HP by default with it?
And a little bit.
18,000 at level 1 to 20,000 at level 2.
Okay, don't mind me. I got to turn my neck because I have my TV over here, so just gonna turn and look while I'm saying hi to the chat.
What are you doing up there?
My partner's back. Gustav, come play with me.
I'm back
Catch
as well.
that.
Here I go. Yeah, fly
Nah.
away.
Why did you fall over?
Because I was trying to fold out. Damn it.
Oh,
I wanted to
okay.
fly away.
Oh, sort of volley into the blast.
I know,
not-
I
Yeah,
missed.
so if you catch someone mid transformation in any transformative suit, it will fuck you up.
That's unfortunate.
No, don't do it.
For Magnum. Neutral so low on reach.
So of course the regular, yeah. At least it has a quick little stagger.
Oh, what?
Now all the
No.
I don't know what happened there. Post advantage.
Yeah, I was figuring we'd clash, but guess not.
see, I'm like I'm like that one kid in the cafeteria who like has like a brown paper bag lunch, and everyone else has like the cool lunch box, the new hotness. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't
No,
know,
dude,
man.
you
I
have
feel
the
like
cool
I feel like
lunchbox. You're
you're.
in a Cubelay.
Yeah, you've got like the
No, you had the
Rolls-Royce of
seasonal
lunch boxes
popular.
right now.
Yeah. You just
For
got the
real.
expensive one. We got the trendy one that we got like on the cheap.
Yeah. If anything, your parents give you Lunchables, and we're just over here with our homemade sandwiches. Okay. Yeah. Bologna sandwiches, like
Leave me
full
alone.
9
I'm eating my
yards.
welfare
No.
burger.
Oh, let me ask you this: how much boost or gauge does it take transforming and
Like
returning back to?
nothing. It is awesome.
Yeah, it's very similar to the Hammurabi.
That's actually really good.
So like I said, I really like it. It's more of a defensive style raid, with still decent damage. There we go. 1,600. I think I hit your. I think I hit your shoulder too with that tackle. That's not bad.
Yeah. Oh, don't touch me there.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm at that.
Talking my bob and my weave.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
someone
Oh,
mentioned
no.
again, we're talking about it not having ground compatibility. Some people think it'd be busted. Some other people think it's not fair. But
It's
I
a
mean,
raid that will never be busted in its entire life, especially at this
Yeah.
high of a cost. Y'all can catch it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I want another.
I
I
kinda
want another
disagree.
dodge roll.
that's why I was
Magnum, can I
kind of
tackle you.
surprised that it
Please
did
no.
not have level 2.
Why?
Come
Why
here,
do you
let
want
me
to tackle
touch
me?
So we can
Lotus is
see the
requesting so you
damage
can
for
see the damage.
science.
Yeah.
Okay, well here I'm coming down. Don't
Here.
hit me. Don't hit me. Don't hit me.
Science.
That was about 2k.
It showed 16-15 on my end.
Okay.
Let me touch you with my
Interesting.
phone.
Honestly, I'll say it seems kind of
No.
lackluster.
Did you hit
Let me
my
get some
back?
feet.
Hey, let me
Let me get some
tackle you.
legs.
I
Let me
tackled
tackle
you from
you.
the front.
Okay, let me tackle you.
You
I'm
Okay.
got my blow.
gonna make sure it's at this angle.
Don't let me come down.
1757.
I like how we're both
Uh,
fucked up already.
Interesting. Like I almost hit as much
What?
tackle damage on the Cubile. Like I did less damage, or almost less damage to you than I did to the Cubile. I thought I hit the Cubile's shoulder.
He's over there casting judgment, just ready with those fucking follow funnels.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no, please don't.
I legit forgot because like I
And they
put it on this
pierced you.
account. Yeah, I put on this account, but I didn't like equip it or load out and all that stuff, and I forgot I had that until just then. I was like, wait a second,
Oh.
I have the follow, the rear. No, I have the rear, the side. I'm like, I know I have another one. That's what happens to yours.
Yeah, I want the Cubile really bad. Just saying.
Um,
283 tokens.
I got a gold box. All right, boys. What is
Hey.
it? Is it tokens? Is it a suit?
It's another Cubile.
It's a Zeta Plus.
It's the new Zeta Plus. Here we go. That's it. Calling it.
Bruh, it's a Gelgoog beam. Get that out of here. We're done.
Oh my
We're
gosh.
done.
Oof.
Done.
Stream's over.
Oof.
We're done. Shutting it down.
Have a good night,
Oh,
guys. Thanks for
man.
being here.
That's it, guys.
That's a wrap.
Sucks. Dang, man. I'll probably want to get another gold crate like that for like another 2 months, 2-3 months.
Damn, when you get shit like that, you almost just wish it would have been tokens.
For real though, right?
Give me another chance.
Big old F in chat.
But yeah, the
But,
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that suit seems really dope. Something I feel as if in this game, raids seemingly are more alike than like all the raids are similar to each other, but like you have supports that are very different. You have generals that are extremely different. I would like for them to bring some more variety in some of our raids, which they probably could in the future. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But overall, it's a dope suit. I think it could be stronger and it wouldn't be busted.
Well, here's a question.
I feel like that for a lot of raids, to be honest.
You're biased. That's why.
I'm not even.
Well,
Here's the
I
thing,
mean-
though. Like, I'm not even a raid main. I am a raid by circumstance because people don't want to fucking pick the things.
I'm a support main, and I
So,
feel
like-
like it needs just one little thing. But I will
Mm.
say, it just feels like a defensive style Hammurabi is my thing. Because it has like what 5k more health,
Mhm.
like you can get 5k more health.
It's
than it.
definitely more conservative for sure. Like, it doesn't have a second melee. It doesn't have slims. It's really just to get in, get out, and then just be more survivable in general.
Yeah. So, and with the, I'm actually packing a lot of defensive parts on this thing. So it's got 50 beam resist, 45 melee. This setup 25 ballistic, but my other setup I have a bit more health. Oh, and I actually have range damage on this one. I don't know. I might set that up, but same beam and melee defense, shield part on it. I think I have another shield level 3 on the other one. So I mean, I don't know.
What size is that? A large shield?
Yes.
1 second. I can.
Yeah, it's a large.
Oh, okay. It is large. Okay.
Okay.
So not bad. 4.4. You know, the Hammurabi doesn't have a shield.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a ton of health potential where the
I don't know.
Hammurabi doesn't.
I honestly think with raids, though, sometimes having no shield is better.
Yeah, that's true because
Just
there's so
because
easy to
having your
break.
shield get destroyed sucks,
Mhm.
especially when you're in the middle
Get
of
it
like.
busted when you're
doing something.
transformed, and it'll just be a free knockdown.
That is true too. Flight.
Yeah,
Do a
'cause
flight
chat was
type
just
life.
talking about it. Yeah, when you're flying, your shield is the nose, so
Mhm.
you're all of the damage that you're probably taking is from the front,
This
so
thing,
you're more likely to get
is,
knocked out of your
really-
Wave Rider form too. So, it's going to be a little bit tough in some cases if you're taking a lot of heavy damage from the front, because the shield only has 3,500 HP for the level 1 version,
Mhm.
and 3,800 for the level 2.
Yeah, 38.
3,850. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got a shield part on just so I break that. I'm at almost 4.5k.
Mm.
I just put a bunch of thrust and then anti melee.
That sounds like a
Thrust
good
is
time.
attack.
That sounds like a good time right there. Let me just boost everywhere real quick. Especially because you guys said it hardly takes any consumption when you transform. I think that's really good because I think was the first transformation? The original Zeta, right? That thing chug thruster fuel, dude.
Yeah,
Like, dude, what's the whole
Yeah.
purpose of like transforming when all my boost is gone? It just looks cool at this point.
They do
Complaint-
to retroactively fix that.
The plant got a little better, but then like it was still kind of rough. But at least it's a good. Take care of your sniper for you real quick if you don't get shot down. Suit, right?
Get those spotters on there. Just boost them down.
It's got a pretty good combo in fly mode too. You go ahead and the beam cannons go 400 meters range. So you've got if you hit with all the shots, I think it's all the shots, or at least 4 of them daggers. So maybe that is all. And then you can just follow up with the beam rifle, and then you just ram them at the same time, transform out, turn around, and then either shoot them with the like hip beams or straight go in for the melee. If you have any boost left, do that enhanced tackle, and then if you think you can get it off, follow up with some melee. So that's kind of risky. But
Do you want to go again?
yeah, if we want to.
Sure. Okay.
But I will say it kind of sucks for the Hama Hama though right now because it's nothing but beams. For
Oh
its
my
main,
God.
like all of its damage that actually is gonna do anything is nothing but beams. And
That is super irrelevant.
and
because-
yeah, if you shoot like it's funny if you shoot with the main beam on the Hama Hama in the back of one of these, you get the like 15% reduction plus the 50 if you have. I mean, I don't see a reason why you wouldn't max out the beam resist on this suit. So you throw on that level 4 beam resist, and then you have that going. With the 55% plus the advantage of being a raid on a support, like
Mhm.
instead of hitting 3k on like a general, you're just like, oh whoops, I hit the back on a the Zeta Plus. Okay, I did like 500 damage with my big hit. It's just
Whoop.
real oof on the Hama Hama right now.
It's such a shame too, because I feel like at cost it at least has a little bit of a chance, but then you start having all these other suits dip down just enough, so it's got to deal with them at both cost ranges.
Hmm.
The double Zeta missiles shred this thing though too.
my
That's one thing I
Yeah. Those ballistics.
Vulcans
Or
and
lack
missiles.
thereof. We're
So the
doing-
minute this thing gets knocked down, if you see a double Zeta, it might as well just sit on you and crush you to death. Like
pretty much. I will say one of the I don't know.
No.
One of the things with it,
no.
No, Mooch, no. Hey, man.
Oh
Okay.
gosh.
What do you mean with that shit?
Shit
Get
each
out
other
of
in the
here.
back and stuff.
The lies. The lies.
lies, deceptions.
No.
Yes. Oh, Shield Senpai, why did you save him?
Oh no no no.
Yeah,
no.
we both hit
wow.
double down swing on him. Nice.
No, dude.
You got Magnum.
But one of the things I found is that it has
Scientific.
where there's a lot of people just playing. Like this is the first suit though. So, are you guys hyped for this suit? Like, is this like?
It's
Have
cool.
you heard anybody be like, "Oh, dude, this is a really big deal"? I feel like for the
So
last
a lot
week,
of people were excited, but I feel like it wasn't because of the suit so much as what it meant by it having the designation for Sentinel.
maybe that's the big hype thing. But I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of
Messed up,
people.
man.
Like, there's definitely the couple of A+ people who are like, "Yo, this change to a proper meta comp," right? There's been that, but I think this has kind of been the first time that I've seen a lot of like actual A+ people being like, "Nah, man, it's cool. You can play 5 raids on a team."
I've seen both teams, honestly, and I've been on the very conservative team a couple times in that respect.
So someone mentions that they feel like compared to other suits in 600 and 650, as I'm about to walk to my death, since it's appearing in more playlists, it kind of needs more stun potential, maybe level 2 emergency evasion. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Because someone he also mentioned it seems that the range on the double beam saber is a bit too short. And I think you guys actually mentioned it too.
Yeah, neutral's a little stumpy.
Yeah, the neutral feels weird. Like you have to really be on somebody. But so they finally came out.
And the downswing's a little dramatic, but it could be worse.
I will say it's definitely not as bad as
it's
most of the
overall.
downswing animations that look like that. It seems to be about the right speed, or close enough.
Yeah, it's like proto.
I'm just thinking about it compared to like the Keyblade, where it literally just moves his wrist a little bit and it's like, oh, this is a new swing.
Yeah, it's crazy fast.
You always have to pay the raid tax.
Yeah.
The raid tax.
Gotta get that raid tax.
Oh no.
Everybody hit their buttons and bread. Where?
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh damn it.
Oh.
No. Yes, I hit you somehow.
Shiki has 2 rolls, man. It's so rough.
That's see, like comparing the Shiki to this, even like
Oh god, yeah, the Shiki.
I think the Shiki's better.
Yeah, like it doesn't need that transform. It's just there to be the anti-transform. Like, fuck y'all, man. It just fucks up people really bad. Uh-oh.
It's like you just wait the last second. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
No, I've got you. I just can't boost. I don't know why I can't boost. Okay, now I can boost. Oh yeah, if you hold down.
Oh god,
suck it.
That's the worst. Oh wow.
Oh, the elevation. Wow. I hate these hills, dude. These soft rolling hills fuck me every time.
Okay, so when stuff like that happens, you kind of down the inside because because that. Like I was so close, you could have legit just tapped me on the foot, and I should have died.
Pinky toe.
But like when you have was that your forward slash, your down slash?
Yeah, that's neutral.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just got lucky. The elevation.
Yeah, if I down swung, I might have made it in time, but it was between that and the landing animation, like maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if that was a regular Fetty swing or even just like a axe swing, that probably would have did it.
Oh wow, you actually can. Wow, I wonder what the actual stagger ratio on that is.
It's 15% per shot.
Oh, it is? Oh man, that really sucks. So then Gustav did some work.
Oh shit, oh flip. Hey, stop.
You know, so it was unfortunate because I really felt like I could not see you through that smoke. That happened very briefly. Yeah, I was like, okay, that's just
being on the verge of death saved me. Apparently, oh shit.
Okay, we're like full on mosh pitting down here. Yeah.
I also kind of want them to get this bird line for shits.
Oh yes, please.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing. Yo!
Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
Oh god.
Get that ass up.
No.
No.
That actually cut your binder.
That hitbox, like
oh man.
Gotta love all these fancy wing binders, dude.
Oh my gosh.
So here's my 2 questions. I guess first, you think you'd prefer to just play the Hammurabi over this suit?
Did I pull the Hammurabi? I don't even think I pulled that. I'm pretty sure I didn't pull that. That came out. Yeah, no, I didn't pull the Hammurabi. I said Harambe.
Part of me feels like the extra survivability of this suit isn't really enough, and the output on the Hammurabi is definitely higher.
Oh yeah.
So I definitely wouldn't be opposed to it. It's nice to have an instant stun. I kind of wish they would have gave it the Zeta rifle and made it blue with the beam just to make it a little bit different, more different. But the Shiki rifle is really nice. Shiki rifle's always been really good. That shit slaps. It's got good range. It's very reliable.
Oh, force injector. That's supposed to be a dodge roll.
Yes.
Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Hmm.
Even at the right angle, don't you give me that video game? Oh.
Just triangle.
But
I say, for as much as you're kind of mad on those on those waist rifles, they're actually coming in clutch for you a lot.
yeah, they are. I mean, I'm good with shooty stuff, so I naturally kind of gravitate to actually using them.
Magnum
But
in his Ew.
but
Yeah, real quick, here, Magnum. Let me just light you up real quick with the shoulder guns. Yeah, so it doesn't stack.
So,
Why did it knock you
yeah.
out before?
well, because the thing
Like,
is, Gustav, like, you shoot me.
Oh, did Gustav hit you beforehand?
Yeah, Gustav
Oh, I'm
definitely
out.
shot me with something beforehand.
No, because it's the
Oh, okay.
when you're in transformation mode, they alternate instead of shooting at the same time, so it gives you extra burst down and those stun.
Yeah, but
When you
he knocked me. He knocked me out of the sky
didn't knock
after
you out
you
either.
shot me. Like you shot me with the. You shot me with like your main gun while I was flying, and then he staggered me while I was flying with the
I see.
waist beams. Yeah.
But yeah, technically, if you were dogfighting, you could actually knock someone out with that burst.
Oh yeah.
If you got him with it all, which is neat.
Into transform mode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so that's the combo for transform is you do the I did it backwards when I was approaching you.
Pew!
But like you do the pew 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 stagger and then the main gun and then wave right into them. and
People are
transform out.
doing, and this is an interesting thing about
Hey, I
this
got my gold
having
crate this
both,
time.
transformation and air control. People are starting to do stuff where they're transforming, nailing people with like a burst into the knockover with the like collision. They're de-transforming, boosting backwards because they can do it in the air to redirect themselves, and then just shooting with their main gun. Like you can do a lot of like weird combos like that.
Ooh, yeah, that's crazy actually. So yeah, you do the pew pew pew
Because you
pew
can actually
bump.
transform, transform, and transform again. That's something that people don't do a lot because it puts you at risk. But if you're in the right position, you can actually do that.
Yeah, pew 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 bump. Transform back. Pew with main gun for another stagger. Like if you're on a support, then just melee them to death, shoot them again, and then yeet out. Peace. Like what?
That's actually that's I like that I like that kind of stuff when people come up with crazy shenanigans and chains like that. But I do feel like those hip lasers need to punch a little bit harder though. Like something.
Or stagger. Like they need
Yeah.
to, for if you have to stand still, they either need to stagger if you hit all the shots, or just hit harder. Like they definitely need that, or they need to just give it another dodge roll and just leave them as they are, and I'll accept that too. But
How do you guys?
The athlete stacks up against this thing?
So,
I got it the other day.
If we're comparing this to other raids, how do you feel comparing it to the Kaplant?
personally, I think the Kaplant is kind of meh.
I suck with the
I think
complaint.
the plant's better.
I've seen really sweaty complaints, and I'm pretty sure those guys are looking at this like licking their lips and going "bueno."
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
But like top tier is
Put
definitely
it
the
this
Hum
way,
Robbie.
the first match that I was in this thing, it was an ace match on Abandoned City, and we had several A1s. None of them became the ace. You know who the ace was on the enemy? A fucking
Plant.
Yeah,
I bet it was.
yeah. I would say
The complaint
is
don't play.
better.
You just hear the complaint screaming in the background, and then it just hauls ass when it's down swing. Ah! Like, what?
For real though.
Yeah, did I pull? Oh nope, don't think I did. Yeah, I didn't pull that bad boy.
I got a Kaplant on my alt, I think, but I got a Hum Robbie on here.
I just recently got it. It's so nice.
I think I got a Hum Robbie on my alternate. I got good plant. I got at least one good plant on my main account, and I know I got both of them on the Japanese account.
I mean, my personal favorite is the GBO2 Beam Bazooka, but I'm just that guy. But I will say, I still think Hamrabi is still definitely up here. This just feels like Hamrabi with a few different less weapons and, well, not another dodge roll and more tanky, I guess. And then you've got the Kaplant.
I was looking at the Kaplant kit. Sorry, go ahead. Before I say this, I want to make sure I got it right.
Okay. Well, I mean, the only last thing I was going to say was just Kaplant, I think, is a little bit higher than what this is, though. But I still think Hamrabi is still the king of the mountain as far as raids go.
Robbie came in and ruined a lot of Kaplant players' lives, and The only ones that you see in there now are like super sweat lords.
I'm interested because I'm really interested to try this bad boy now. Maybe I shall.
One more game.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'll say this though. I think the Zeta Plus feels a lot like I get the same feel from the Zeta Plus that I get from the Gundam Mark III.
Hmm.
You know,
I can see that.
I don't think the suit is bad. You know, if anything, I would say like it came from the same bizarro GBO2 universe land where they release balanced mobile suits. And I think like as far as like that stuff goes, you know, in a vacuum where like the suits in the game were similar in power level to that, I think it'd be okay. But just when you have a like a precedent set by suits like Tika Plant, which has offensive system, this suit
Yep.
does not. The Hammurabi is, in my opinion, much more capable in the air. You lose that instant gratification stagger, but I mean, if you're playing it right, you have a full charge ready to go anyway, and you can still do the same setup Magnum was talking about, but better because you have the sea serpent.
Yep.
So you have a knee stagger, so there's no chance they're getting away. The melee's more punishing. You trade off a little bit of defense. I don't know. That's kind of what that's one of the reasons why I feel like it needs to have one less star, because even its kit has a lot of things that I feel like are standard across the board for raids. Maneuver armor, especially at its cost. Which raids that are native 600 and up don't transform. And like I mean new release. It's not like levels added into it. It's like the GBO2 wouldn't be a
That's
thing.
Hammurabi. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so like
that's our
in that case, most of them transform. Most of them have like they all have maneuver armor. They all they all have a dodge roll. Except for like maybe the Bolanoke. Yeah.
Well, no,
This one doesn't have a double dodge roll.
Bolanoke's not even in this.
Okay, it's too low, right? It's like
literally the
500.
only native. This is literally the second native 600 raid that we've got. We have no native 650.
No 650. Yep.
And we finally got our first native 600 support as well with the Hama Hama.
Because I mean, I think I'd feel better about it if it was 2-star. Even though I don't know, in some cases they have some 2-stars that are bonkers, so it's kind of hard to base rarity off of like how good a suit is. Just looking at the Gelgug Jaeger as an example, but I don't know. Just like stat wise, for instance, the well, maybe let's get into something that we were going to talk about later, but it's comparable. It's like even the Kaplan
upgrade.
Well, here's what. Actually, what were you saying we were going to talk about later exactly?
Oh, I didn't know if you were going to like talk like you were talking about at the beginning, but I didn't know if we were going to mention the whole like discrepancy between like mobile suits at the like similar cost and same rarity. And I think the A+ is a really good example of a suit that has kind of like a skewed power level. Because I mean, in my opinion, with I mean, this could just be my idea of how the raid playstyle works. Raids need to come in hot and either go down a blaze of glory, taking the support with them, or go in hot and get out fast. Because all raids have to face the problem of being target number one in a game type where over half the room does bonus damage to you. And everybody's always looking at you, including your own teammates, so they can shoot you in the back, claiming they're going to help you.
And some suits have the same priority that you do.
Well, and then so here's the other thing. As far as this suit in particular, though, I will say I think what they've done is they traded off, the offensive system, the damage for, and I will say on paper, it looks amazing. But in actual practice, again, where you have, if a team's actually working together and you're on their support and they're going to turn, you kind of have to do your job quickly or have something that allows you to just knock over the entire team. I'm looking at the GBO2, for instance, which is the other suit that I would compare being tanky like this. And in its shield, you have the same health as this whole suit's entire health bar. But also, what I never really noticed. Yeah. And then the shield actually acts as your downswing too. So anything you bump into is just like knocked over. But one thing I didn't really pay attention to on the GPO2, and then until I started doing mix-up and started trying to do a defensive setup with it, is that it actually has 24 in all of its resist across the board. At 550, that's pretty nice, actually. And then, so at 600, it should go up to 26. And then
Yep.
at 650, if we get one, it should go up to 28 across the board. So then, if you take the part slots that it has, it's actually going to have quite a bit of defense that it can throw on. I mean, it already can. So you can actually put all of those stats up pretty well and actually have a pretty tanky suit, and you have a 20k shield. So effectively, if you use your shield, which I feel like if you're playing the GPO2 beam bazooka, your shield should be blown up by the time you're done, because you have so much maneuverability. You should be bouncing around to where they're hitting your shield more than they're actually hitting you, because you should be able to maneuver that much. And
How is BB's thruster gauge? And this is completely random.
I do have one thruster part on. I have the level 3, and it's 86, so it's 75
That's
to
pretty
begin
good.
with.
75.
So
I
it's
ended
Okay.
up putting the level 4 for 87 just to make sure.
oh yeah, if I had the level 4, I don't have that yet. 280,000 DP. I
Yep.
was like, oh, I better use this. By the way, just on a side note, better use the event where we're getting double the stuff in the hangar. So let's go modify some stuff. Wait, what should I modify? Oh yeah, my main suit's the Dom Barrage. Let's go. Oh, they're all. I now got the level 3. Oh, they're all 3-star. Oh, it takes 360,000 DP just to get each of them. Oh no, I can only do 2. I can't even upgrade all 3 of them. Oh, I was kind of pissed. I'm like, okay, well, we got to grind out before the end of the event. We got to grind out like another 200,000 DP just to, because I bought defensive parts too. So it's like, okay, I got to grind out another 200,000 just to be able to upgrade all my Dom Barrages before the end of the thing, and I'm gonna have them fully upgraded because I have to have my main suit as fully upgraded, and the MLRS doesn't need it, so so I'll leave it maxed out without upgrading it. But anyway, but that's beside the point. The main thing though is, as far as a defensive disruptive raid, I think the beam bazooka is the example of that. And it has maneuver armor 2, it has force ejector 2, it has the normal stuff, but it doesn't have really anything else, that is gonna really give it. It's just your generic raid. And I kind of feel like this is the same thing, only instead of having a giant shield, they just gave it a ton of health. And I mean, it has a ton of health for a raid, and its frame is kind of small for a raid as well. So, you got Zeta size suit that has a crap ton of health, and you can get 50 beam res and almost 50 melee res. I mean, you could if I just put the melee res parts on it instead. I could have it to 50 as well, but I don't want to. Got a little more damage on it and a little more shield health. But I could just trade those 2 parts out, have 50 melee res as well. And the thing is, I think that's what they went with, but I don't think it can do the same job disrupting like the beam bazooka can. And I think therein lies the problem. So,
well, that too, and like I feel like what you're talking about is only really applicable in a like 1v1.5 situation, which is what most raids start in. Because like, are you looking at the scenario where like you're fighting the support and a general trying to shoot you in the back or something to peel you off? Because I mean, as soon as that half turns into 2, your defenses don't mean anything, and you just die just as fast as anybody else. It's kind of like my fear for the suit, because I have a defensive build on it too, because I want to build it like the Zeta, but like kind of like you're saying, where the GPO2 has the giant shield that acts as a sponge. Because I will say that's probably one of the few shields in the game that is most upside. Since there's so much HP, it's not just gonna die immediately. But I don't know. I feel like some of the trade-offs just aren't really worth the thing. But we'll have to see though. This is one of the few like you're saying, defensive raids. They're also hyper aggressive for the most part, or intended to be hyper aggressive. Because I don't think the damage output for melee is bad. I just think everything else feels lackluster in that regard. In comparison to other suits, I should say. So I will fill you with that. Like, I wasn't really looking at the defensive side of it when I was originally evaluating the suit. But I don't know. I wonder. We'll have to see. I like to see some play for more.
Yeah, I definitely want to see it being used some more. And like, I unfortunately haven't played it myself, but I see lately the past couple of suits and raids, and when you're in the A rank or when you're playing 600 to 650, a lot of the times you're dealing with 3 to 4 generals. And being a raid is always tricky, even if it's 4-1 and they're one being support, 4 generals. Like Emblem was saying, you're going to roll up on the support, and you may be able to, kill them in a combo, but you're going to be swarmed with 2 to 3 generals. So at that point, it's like, do you have the capabilities to either withstand 2 combos from 2 generals or escape? I feel some of these raid suits now are kind of. So when I was talking about variety, I think it'll be really neat if some of these raid suits will become more tanky. I think certain suits are like. Let's use a very early example. Instead of MLRS or BB, was it GM Guard Custom? He has a huge shield, dude. And if you lay down on that, you're done. People just underestimate that suit. And I would like to see more raids being able to survive against, onslaught generals. But I don't know if that goes like, is the mechanic of the game busted, or we're just playing it differently how they anticipated? Because a couple of months back they did essentially buff like almost every raid, and we're still having a very similar problem that we had before.
Yep.
So I mean, like, something's not right regardless, because you go in a room, and ideally I used to do like to be 2-2-1 versus 3-2-1, and now it's just like, if you can go in a room and not roll with the raid, I think something's kind of wrong. So raids altogether,
it's especially happening for even clan matches. Like, the only reason people are putting in raids at all is just in case, especially for high cost, just in case there's a MLRS. If that's not present, or if that's not even at that cost range, then it's all general.
Yeah, which
I wanted to add too, beyond what you were saying. I think problem with what you were talking about is that like battle operation is so like free with the skills that they give out that they're all watered down. Because if they kept some of those abilities more exclusive, they could make them a lot better. Take, for instance, like you mentioned, the guard custom. I really like the guard custom. Show the shoulders really fast. When you close in with melee, it's pretty much like the damage on that thing in melee is comparable to the Hambrabi. Like, if you catch a support and you're in melee range with them, they're dead. The only problem is like getting through like the shotguns or whatever else, like cold districts for that matter.
Yeah.
It has protective abilities, and I don't know. I still personally think that the actual stagger build-up resistance skills that it has are either not working properly or are so low that it doesn't change anything. Because it feels like the stagger build-up, at least on level 1, and honestly, it feels like level 2 as well, but that's neither here nor there, are
Does it have it?
not even really protecting me. What's that, Magnum?
I've got a theory on that. I'm actually pulling up the guard custom right now.
For sure.
I think if you're getting shot in the shield, I wonder if
it's normal as opposed to.
Yeah, I've been wondering. It has damage level
That
1.
could be a thing.
That is true.
If maybe it had to be shot as a mobile suit.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I didn't really consider
that's
that.
the case,
That sounds like a bug.
That's a
if
short
the case.
sight on. That's a shortcoming on their end. Like, they should apply that to the shield. So.
But maneuver has the same problem though,
Yeah.
because maneuver armor doesn't increase your stagger threshold. It just makes you resistant to stuns.
Yep.
And I think they should take maneuver armor off of more generals, except for things like the FS that don't have a dodge roll, and make it more raid exclusives and actually add an increase to the stagger threshold. And that would make a ton of raids more defensible. It probably wouldn't solve the problem that you're talking about, but I just think like they're a bit too, like, I don't know.
It would make
sparse
people
with
approach
their
it differently,
buffs and
for sure.
increases.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
you're right. Because, like, look at support. Supports usually have, like, specific traits and abilities that's, like, when you hear this, you're like, oh, that's a support. But when you hear a suit, it's like, man, like, when a suit drops out, you can look at the video and be like, that's a support. I know that's a support. But like when it drops, it's like, is it a general or is it a raid? And at that point, it's just like, okay, so I guess pretty much like
support.
Yeah. But it's like you have these raids with that kit, and I'm just thinking about it. It's just like maybe they should revisit some of these skills because if a general has 80%, 80 to 90% of all the skills a raid has, at that point, what is this worth? Especially if it has more armor. So I've taken a step back. That'll cause them to do a lot of overhaul, but is it worth it? Maybe, I don't know. But
probably
come cost $650 and $700. That shit's going to change. I think the shit's going to change come 700 because we're going to have some.
I hope so.
We're going to have some busted suits. 700.
Oh yeah, for real.
Oh yeah, in that case, for sure.
But here's a question though. Well, before I get to that, the other thing too, I don't know if you noticed when they made a post about it, but in that raid, when they buffed all the raids, down toward the bottom, they said that they were thinking about reducing the advantage and disadvantage of being raid general and support at certain costs. So I wonder if we're going to start seeing that, or if they're, like if we get the next balance patch, if they actually start implementing that, because
it's already in Magnum. It's locked it behind a hangar. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh no.
And that's something that
I'm referring to
in a more extreme manner, like a long time ago, of them just like unifying all those classes and just being like everything's general, and then just having different skills and attributes, which they could very easily do while still locking it behind those hangar upgrades.
Yeah, it's just a problem of generals are too good at everything. All the other classes have to have a trade-off, but they release generals and there's like no downside. It's just the dumbest thing ever. That's why there's over half of the team comprised of
no master of none for the jack of all trades, and it's just
yeah.
So here's
like there's very few examples.
Would this be better as a general?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would say yeah. I hate to say yes, but it would definitely be a better general at this point.
And like it having 3 priority wouldn't even be out of place, considering some of the other generals that do have that, and they probably shouldn't.
For real though, one of the things.
That's the DJ without a shotgun. I mean,
one of the comments was like, if this was, yeah, right. Like if somebody was like, if this was a general, this would be the Mark II of 600 and 650. Like,
yeah,
no,
for sure.
Like a Mark II that can fly. Like fuck off.
Someone just said that. Cough, cough, Mark II. I was like, yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So that suit is. I still don't care what no one says. That suit is just a staple, good general. Like, fight me.
Broken.
I mean, that's not the problem. That has been that way for like half a year.
It's the best raid in the game, right?
Tested, yeah. It's literally a raid. The multipliers are insane. That melee strength is up there. Like, it's got 3 priority. It can do air control shit and just pretty much hover over your head and then smack you upside the face. It's ridiculous.
I love it.
For real though, when they with the Mark II, when the Shiki first dropped before they buffed it, I remember getting hit from the Shiki, and I was like, "Wait, I just noticed something, guys. Mark II does more damage to me with its melee than the Shiki does." What?
Here's the fucking thing, like, and the other thing is that like when I saw the Humbrabi, it had air control and it was doing crazy boosting stuff. It was just like, I've seen this somewhere before. Oh no, the Mark II did it first. Shit.
Oh yeah, right. Some of the new type Mark II players though, like it's a simple suit, but like some of them though that can really get that boost going with the force injector and do it proper. Like
that lets them focus on the crazy shit though, because they know all stuff's gonna work reliably.
Yeah, so they'll like beam you, hit you twice with the melee, so you get staggered again. This is from support standpoint, so you don't, or a raid that doesn't have a dodge roll.
Second main gun.
Oh yeah, the Vulcans are crazy on that thing. But like they'll main beam you, swap melee you twice, either restagger you or whatever. Then they'll swap to their birdlime or sealant or whatever it is, and then but they're dashing every time pretty much in between all this, and then then they melee you twice again, then dash back, beam you one more time, and then melee you and knock you down, and then finally finish you off. And it's like, I can't do anything. So yeah, I've been one comboed by like some crazy Mark II players, and it's just like, please let me just tackle. I'm a support. Help. This feeling should only be for the raid. This should be only for raid stuff. What is this thing on me? But yeah. I've seen some Zeta players do the same thing, but
Why did I lose my long beam saber on my Zeta Plus?
yeah, that too.
I think it could be fine if I had 2 melees, by the way. Like, if I had 2 primaries.
Yeah, that's what it needs. For real. It just needs the Zeta beam rifle, and we in there. It's good.
But my lore.
Oof.
Oh, Asian Noobsama just raided me. He's like, "Oh shit, it's Vion. Where in the world did he go?
What's up, bro? How
This
you
man is
doing?
back." That's right.
I've always been here. I'm always watching from the shadows.
He misses
I know,
you.
where have you
dude.
been?
I haven't seen him in so long.
I miss you too, bro.
I don't know if you know his
Trans-
name changed, but Time Lord also
Trans-
says hey.
here too. Vion.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know why his name changed. I know if it's some Trails of Cold Steel reference that was above my head, or like what?
No, it's just Asnable C. So I think it's like Char Asnable. I think unless it is a different reference, but yeah, he says hey too.
I just thought he was like.
Let's already have one fight.
He mentioned you played Gunbreaker 3 with him. So, but anyway, let's do one more game, and then we'll move on. Final thoughts on the Zeta Plus though, and then we can talk about the next thing at the same time we play.
Solid 2-star.
I like the only reason I did the step up because it was cheap and it was a good deal. I didn't do it because I wanted to see.
Oh yeah.
So
That's real.
I'm not like it. Put like this: if it were to come in the recycle shop in like a month and a half, I'd still be on the fence of getting it. I'm sorry. I have other raids I prefer playing.
That's true. Like I got the Humbrabi on my alt account, and I kind of want to see how it stacks up because I got the A1 on there too. I'll probably end up just picking up the Humbrabi, to be honest. Just because I feel like I have more to do on the ground. Like when I had to land because of that cable and stuff, like that's really nice. But this is a good introduction to that kind of movement, especially if you've never gotten the Zeta and stuff. Like it's very capable still.
I would have to say I like.
Probably didn't get to drop an Air Force logo.
I like the 650 version. 600, I'm probably still going to play the Humrabi, but at 650 with all the defenses, I find it does pretty well against the mountain of Cubulays whenever I actually have a game where it has that many Cubulays in it. The other thing, I would say that it needs either double dodge roll, a bit more damage, or some other skill that I forgot now. I forgot what the third thing was, but yeah, it needs one thing to kind of bump it up, I think. To either beam damage specifically, when I say damage.
Oh no! Roll! Oh,
Lies.
About Daddy Zeta. He's better at most things. He just can't roll too good.
Yeah, he needs a
He
little
can't
bit of
fly
help
too
getting
good.
over.
He's old.
You can't fly.
He's got some kinks in his joints. He's like, oh, hold on.
Yeah.
That back binder's in the way. That's all.
oh son, I'm out.
Wait,
no.
wait.
Oh gosh. Bro, you walked into my suit. Okay, that's a Nicole situation.
Oh,
Do you like to be?
You guys griefing over there? Cut it out.
Oh no. No. If we were griefing, then I would leave his suit at 1 health. That's the real griefing play. But yeah, I think it needs like one more thing, and I think it would be fine. Because I don't think the defensive gimmick that they're going with is what it really needs. And why do I have a thing that says speed up all the time?
Go fast, bud.
Are your what suit are you using right now?
I'm using the new suit.
Your shield's broken, Magnum.
Oh, my shield's broken. Okay.
You broke, didn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Get that push.
Oh, and also the Vulcans are just kind of, I guess. But
Magnum, let's go in Wave Rider mode.
oh yeah, give it the Zeta's beam rifle. That was my other one.
Vion, Asian's asking about your shirt.
Oh, do you want to see my shirt? Okay.
You got those when they were on sale online, right? I think there was a bunch of those. I didn't get
So,
one. So
Dude,
fun fact.
legit.
Yeah, because I don't live near a Uniqlo, and of course, the last time I went to one, it was like it was a couple of weeks because I was in California for like E3 or whatever, and it was a couple of weeks before the collab or the sale started with Gundam, and I was so mad. So I was like, screw it. So I had to just wait to come out.
Oh. Oh my god, there's so many bugs.
I didn't think
I
it would
think you go
reach.
for the downswing, Magnum.
I didn't think it would
I'm
reach.
not-
This thing's
I'm not
reach is
ready.
garbage.
Come here.
That thing's reach is broken.
That's ridiculous. But I
Like,
love it.
that wasn't even just the tip. That was like the tip of
The
air
side
from the
tip?
tip.
Oh no!
That was like the tip of air from the tip.
Got the ready up on that.
Oh,
spear
you got the
when
tag
hit his
over
So-
here.
I'm going to say that there's been a lot of times I've been bullshitted out by the tackle. Like, I was like, dude, I tackled.
Yes.
Or, like, I wish they kind of changed the how that works, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, there
how it
should be
registers. Because there's times that you go to tackle, but you die before the counter goes off. And I'm like, but my animation, I was in the, okay, whatever.
Yeah, that one's
So-
always a bummer.
It's like you're going to have to take HP for this counter. I mean, it would be busted if you could keep spamming it, but at the same time, it's like, you should be able to punish people.
Yeah, I mean they
And
let
then in
other
chat,
people
oh, I've
do
heard this
it. I'm never
before.
gonna be upset about it.
Oof! If I would,
Oh,
if any of us, alone, would make a montage of the bullshit that we've experienced, may it be elevated angles missing our neutrals,
Oh my god!
or tackle.
oh no,
issues,
no, no! I've already been working on one. I've also been working
hour-long
on my.
movie.
Yeah, I'm already there. I've just got like it's just gonna be a loop of different things. Ugh. That's gonna be one stream. Like, if I can't stream that day or something, I'm just gonna put that on. Just loop it for like 3 or 4 hours. Just bad things.
Just a picture of your couch there.
Yeah. It'll be the couch stream. It'll be the other couch stream. There we go.
You gotta use that as like an Adult Swim like transition. Just have like text moving over the couch. It's just a couch talking in the audience.
So, you douche.
Oh god! Who told you to go call the manager? You fucking no.
Oh, it's like, what happened? What happened? But Magnum, I guess Magnum.
Yeah.
Right. That is, man, that's some bad 2v2 form. Bro.
Okay,
What
I'm
the
sorry. I'm sorry.
Come
It's
on,
just habit.
dude.
It's habit. Mind your
heck? Magnum's
head.
gonna bomb your base here.
Mind
in a
your
minute,
head.
okay?
Do that, bro. You just said it happened. Awful.
Mind your heads. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't even pay attention
Right.
to what it's habit. I'm sorry. I'm a
Hit him,
horrible
hit him,
person.
Don't you do it.
Ah,
Don't you do it. Stop. Leave me alone.
too bad my melee ranges. Ah. Okay, but anyway, guys.
I need to switch
While
back.
I'm
Fuck.
standing back up,
You're ready. It's
the
time.
next we
go
kind
back.
of mentioned it when you were talking about the step up, but what the question
Shoot.
mark stuff.
What's it down
So
to
the
there?
5th week, please don't hit me. Move
Hit
an
him.
arrow.
Yep.
Go do it.
Oh, damn shield.
Okay, but the ram him. Ramming number 2, go. Oh, I hit a shield.
Oh my god.
I actually forgot that I could transform.
Okay, that is
That's-
cool. I love the boosting in the
No.
air afterwards, though. Thanks for
Wait,
mentioning that.
if they
That
hit
like
you, you're gonna fall.
that just changes my entire outlook on flying suits now. Realizing the flight system so you can boost in the air. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Because remember, we made such a big deal about it when Stardust Memory Seeds could do it.
Yeah.
You forget that that's like actually a big deal.
Ah. Why?
Bruh.
No.
I could have sworn you did the swing. Ah,
That was host advantage. That was host advantage. 1000%.
Oh yeah, that was friendly fire.
Oh
Oh
man.
yeah, with these studs. Oh. Oh, fuck. Here's one thing I didn't
You're in
know
Pain
about
Town
this.
now.
Yeah.
The pain dimension. Shit. That's one thing I didn't know about the Gathley is that his shoulders don't have multiple shots. You do it once when you're on the ground, and that's it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Instant stun though, so that's not too bad. But definitely something to keep in mind.
Okay,
Oops.
but anyway, so the question mark stuff. We got tokens.
Hey,
I mean, that was my guess that we were gonna get tokens because I had like no clue what else they could give us that would be, you know,
Mind
Good
blowing.
enough.
worst case scenario, yeah.
like I mean we already had everything else, right? So they pretty much that's the only like logical thing that they could give us that, you know. I mean the other thing was like could they just give us a bunch of parts? I think that would be really
Yeah.
cool. But again, that would be more for new players and they were trying to make a big deal about this. So
For everybody.
yeah, so tokens cool. I mean
What's
with a
that
half
trade?
off step up, I'm just saying.
See, that was the thing, right? Like that had nothing to do with that extra container, but that made the actual container worth it and really cool.
Hold on. See, I was just talking about that mess. Let me just dodge and die. I'm like, bro, the whole purpose of dodging. It's just like,
Yeah, dodging can seal your fate in this game.
would you get that death camera when you're rolling
yeah.
away?
Were you rolling away? Yes.
Oh, I love being a tank and you just like go off into oblivion as you explode.
It's
That one's pretty
hilarious.
good too. The floaty suit's doing it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I just had to laugh too because I could tell what was going on that side. Dying mid dodge roll is the worst.
It's like,
I think the saddest stuff like that. Have you ever died activating exams?
yeah.
Like
Oh, for
it's
real
the
though.
worst. Like it's
Okay.
so sad because the exam logo's there and it goes away and there's just a fucking crater on it.
So I recently pulled Pelt this space and I took it out for a couple of matches. In one match specifically, I remember I popped Hades. I'm like, yo, this raid's going to come around with his big old great sword. He's going to swing. I'm a Hades punished. No. I was
No.
like, Hades, and I die. I'm like,
It's like that one Bugs Bunny meme, which is like,
no. It's pretty oof. It's pretty oof. But I'm glad that they gave us 39 tokens because I didn't have to worry about getting that much more tokens through the full roll. So in terms of free stuff, I think the best bet is always give us tokens, as bad as it sounds. Don't give us suits because, like you said, a lot of people have been playing for a long time. We already have a lot of these suits. We get these recycled tickets over and over. And as us and even newer people, I think it'll be more beneficial and more impactful if they give us 39 tokens. Because tokens are something you don't have to spend as soon as you get it. You can save it up for the next banner. So that's why I appreciate it. Maybe in the future they could do, give everyone some more mechanic or recycle tickets instead of giving you the suits to give you recycle tickets. Like, was it the first or second week where they gave everyone like 200 of each of everything? I was like, that's dope.
Third, but yeah.
Sorry? Yeah,
Yes,
but
sir.
like that was dope. That's the kind of stuff I like. I'd rather get that instead of log in. Like, hey, you have 8 new suits, and we're like all 4 of us are like, I already have these suits.
I mean, they did say at least like the second week's going to be for new people, kind of thing. So there was at least that, but at the same time, it's like, yeah. Also, by the way, the amount of cost in the enhancement stuff or the modification shop is just dumb. Like,
I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys right now. I just now today actually used my first modification, and that was my GM Sniper custom because that's my love and joy. That's what I've enjoyed. And I've realized I should go ahead and take advantage of this event and use all my cycle tickets and all my mech kits because I never do. I just always have something in the hangar, and I just like, I guess I'll just put this suit in next. I never really think about it actively,
Yeah, and that does end
I've
at
been
the end
saving
of
up.
the event. So I'm pretty much gonna go ham and one day either on or off stream and just up everything I can. But I'm trying to play more suits that I really want because again, you get the bonus. So like right now, my
Yeah.
Dawn Barrages, I've got over 300 games played on Dawn Barrage, so all my Dawn Barrages have the 28% now for great success, and I actually got 3 great successes in a row, and then a howling, and then then it was like 2 normal successes to finish off the 500 one. So that definitely helps. So yeah, but I mean with the tokens and stuff, like this event's been pretty awesome actually. Like 10 out of
They've
10.
been pretty generous.
Yeah, and
I'll say though, on my end though, just in that regard, I personally like it better when they give out mobile suits. I think they should give out more meaningful mobile suits. Like battle operations really bad about giving out
Yes.
chaff. Like that would be nice. Like, you know, give people DSs. Give them Blue Destiny units 2 and 3, stuff like that. Give newer players 650 cost like trainer suits that they can use in the game, and like the game mode, the game cost that they introduced in the event that they were using to try to bring players in to play the game. It's just stuff like that.
Like we now have good stuff, which I will say this event did good up to 450, but we have 4 cost above that. So
I mean, that's an issue with the DP shop too.
Yeah,
like it only goes up to like 500.
And a lot of the stuff you gotta have ensign to even get.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you have to play at least
you gotta roll hard.
Yeah, you gotta grind to get there, because that's like another wall for newer players to get in some of that stuff, which is kind of unfortunate. At the same time, I don't know. It's do you want new players jumping in with the most complex suits and like 650?
They need to understand the reality.
I totally agree, because I'll be honest with you guys, I'm mostly a rated player. Like I play rated matches like 95% of the time. And so when I go to a quick match, like custom match, I'm like, what do y'all do? What's going on?
Where did he come?
I'm not saying that doesn't happen at rated, but I have like
it's very noticeable for sure, especially in like lower ratings.
And go to quick match and custom or whatever, and people get mad AFK, and I was like really?
I'm surprised when it happens in quick match. Like get off your like try hard high horse, man. Like,
what in the world? Yeah, for real though. Like where is that the AFK coming from in that?
Weird
like
queen shit.
I just don't get it. So for anyone who's watching this with all of us here, if you're new to GBO2, more than enough information is from these guys, myself. If you got questions, ask. Don't be that guy who spams that one shortcut in the match, okay? The time it takes to send 3 spams is the time it takes for your ass to turn around and shoot an enemy. Just remember that. It ain't worth it. If you have a problem, make sure, like, if you guys ever been in matches, rated matches, especially when people like spam stuff. I'm sorry, I'm going off a tangent here, but like,
please do.
People with spam stuff. I was like, instead of asking for help here like 7 times in a row, you could probably put a different auto word, but I need some help. Take out the support, or we got enemy near me, or something like that. Stealth unit. I mean, like, there's a lot of auto words. I don't use all mine. I have a lot of, but yeah. What's up?
I just had to chime in because you said my trigger word in battle operation, which was take to support.
Yeah.
And it's just like
as the raid main, Maxi tilt is on when they say that shit.
It's like, God, bro, I'm trying to 5v1 them. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I know. When you're that single raid and they're like, kill the support, I'm like, dude, they have 3 generals. How about the support kill their generals? Like, that's the same thing going on. Like, it's harder. Like impact site, people like killing support. Bro, do you want me to cross this ravine right now? Like, do you see
for real?
Hang on, real quick though. Real quick. You said take the generals.
Hard to seize for your ass. Like, what the fuck do you need?
You said take the generals though. Hang on, I'm triggered now. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
I heard take the
Yeah,
generals.
we gotta
Hold
support
up.
the raid main
Hold
over
up.
here.
So
Take the melees.
So yeah, when anyone ever says that, you're playing the advantage role, I'm like, if you don't get out of my radar, dude, like go, just go do what you gotta do, bro. And like it hurts because I've felt when new people come and just playing anything in general. Again, sorry, off topic. Where say you're a raid and you need to support, you got or one instance was, Magnum, your support, you're in an ace match. But you become an ace. You'd be like, oh my gosh. Because it's a blessing and a curse. Because if your support isn't built for, initiating or engaging first, you have to count on your teammates to be there beside you or in front of you. And a lot of times they'll be like waiting for it. I'm like, bruh, you see this HP? Like,
Yeah.
I gotta stop the shoot. Can you guys just go in there and feed me? That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, just hit the bitch.
Just hit them.
Like the other
The
thing
point of
too,
ace match was to prevent your ace from getting kills.
yeah, I was gonna say that was my.
I'm not, like,
how many
remembering
people
what
do
you're
you
talking
know?
about here?
Like for real though, I've been looking at a compilation, making a compilation of just having it on hand because there's so many people who do not know how ace matches work.
Bruh. 3:30. I'm like, ace selection soon. I say that shit. The game says that shit. And I'm like, yo,
yeah.
3
In
minutes
big
in,
letters.
Ace can handle this. Ace can handle this. And I'm like, bro, let me back up. Let me not get killed. Let me not kill this person. I was just like, bro. And there was a match I had recently, speaking of ace matches. And it was a general who became an ace. And I think I was support. I don't remember what suit it was either way. And I was like, all right, cool. The ace was really low. He should have died. Like, because I tell people, if you need to die before 3:01. Okay, you need to die probably around
Suicided,
3:15. Yeah, suicide if you have to. And it's amazing how some people just kill you right there. I'm like, I ain't killing you.
In a video game.
Learn today. Yeah, in a video game. Yeah. So,
Have to learn today.
but anyway, it's funny because it was just the ace and he was low. I'm like, crap, he's going to get shot. So he went back to repair. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm with the ace. Everybody else are just fighting, bro. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, we don't need to be out here fighting. It's like 3-on-5. The ace is repairing. Like, what are y'all doing? And of course, these three die by the time he's done repairing. It's just me and him go out there and just like, well, like we got a minute and a half left. We can't catch up because they fed the team 3 ace kills instead of following the ace. And the ace isn't always right, though. The ace isn't always right.
Sometimes aces just do dumb shit.
Yeah, aces do some real dumb shit. Like not watching. So if you're the ace and you have a supporting team, you better target the right people. And you better look through them walls, them life bars. There ain't no reason for you not to be going for that low HP bar.
Well,
You're
right
again,
about that.
I've had people tell me that they think that if they're the ace, they're supposed to kill the enemy ace.
No.
And I've had people not know that the ace gets 3 times the kills or 3 times the points on a kill that isn't the ace, and that if they just kill the ace, they get the same amount of points as anybody because an ace is worth 3 times the point. And there's people that don't know this, and like the game doesn't actually tell you this though. That's the problem.
It's part of the fault of the tutorials. Like they gave the expanded stuff, and it wasn't enough because they weren't talking specifically about the modes, and that should have been something they did in the tutorials for sure.
There's even people who don't know that you can destroy a base.
Yeah.
There's the bomb plant, but they don't know you can actually just shoot a base and kill it.
Shoot it. Especially now when it's a lot more easy.
They should watch Magnum stream. They'll find out in like 2 games.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
like,
oh
my
no,
god,
no, for real.
blow it up.
Even on ground, man, I'm right there. I'm like, pew, 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 pew. Especially if I'm the Agu guy, if I'm ever in your game and it's 250 right now.
If you ever wonder what that health bar next to the actual base thing is, that's what it is.
It's probably me.
So another funny incident is when you're like, this is why I stopped running Pixie and Ace matches, because when you become the ace, you're still soup, your whole life is over, bro. You're like, you know what? Guess I'll
nice
die.
stealth, bud.
Okay, personally, I don't think a raid should become the ace. So if I'm playing raid, I'm just knocking people over and doing whatever and let the other people get the kills. I'll get them low and pray my team can do something. And then when it comes down to it, boom, I'm not the ace, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm going ham. That ace over there, he's mine. Everybody else can do
There's
whatever. I'm assassinating them.
How's that possible? Your team never wants to not go hard until you're the ace and they're stealing all of your kills. So I mean, I just don't see how that's a thing.
Yeah, I mean it happens once every like 30 games, but that's the plan at least. That's the plan.
It's that same
I'm like
pocket
one
dimension.
kill.
Sometimes we just,
Yeah.
mix thresholds for a little bit.
Remembers. Man, but I mean, sometimes you have I feel that this game you can have really good match, especially in Ace and the because you like some match you like, damn, that was a good match. Damn, that was a good team.
Oh yeah, and that's the shit that keeps people playing for sure, right?
Yeah, that was some good synergy. I wish I could have that every game.
For sure.
Some people don't always have that. Suit, it may be someone better with a suit, someone not better with a suit, but me half the time and rated, I'm like, look, all right, if I'm not dead set playing on my supports, I'll fill in whatever needs to be done. I'm confident I can pick at least one suit every type to help the team secure victory. But yeah,
Nice.
Funnel Queen.
By the way,
we have the star 650 here today. Don't mind me though.
When did you start playing GBO2? By the way,
Me?
Yeah.
When it came out in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been around.
Yeah, I knew it was before I started playing. So I was just wondering if it was like day one or when.
Yeah, because I
beta.
was playing the beta. I
Nice.
did videos. It was in Japanese. I was like, I remember I made a video when it was announced to come out in the Asia version in English. Like, it's gonna come out in English. Y'all need to download this game.
Oh
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Yeah, that was.
We're gonna get English translations. Let's go.
And then when
I
they
think
announced
we would.
it in the US,
Oh yeah.
come on in, because I know some of you guys been on the Gundam grind for a long time too.
Mhm.
But
Back
even
when it was all the moon runes.
yeah, and then even bro, I remember when freaking when Ifrit Not was the new hotness, when DS came out, when it was Blue Destiny was like the main banner unit. I was like, dang, and then Alex came out. I was like,
That's
oh my
the
god.
only time we ever had a double raid banner, I think, too. Never did that shit
Double
again.
banner.
And then there was also there was an Ifrit banner, and I liked that banner because the pool 3 and 2 stars were I think they were all Ifrits.
Ooh.
And it was actually interesting. But yeah,
They did some cool stuff back then.
Yeah, they did.
I
hope
they go back to that style. That's the one thing from the old days that they did really.
So can I ask you all?
Motivating that.
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to ask you all a quick question. This is random, but what is your favorite stage to play on? Just your favorite stage?
Mountain.
Port
base.
Port base.
Yeah.
Mountain and resource satellite.
Wait. Did you just say port base? Hang on.
What?
Yeah, I'm probably say port base right now. It's like port base and then Arctic base. And then mountain probably.
Arctic base is fun.
Well,
I mean, Arctic base is
City
fun.
Would be up before that.
But I can't.
I like Arctic base. I think it's a freaking mess, but I like it because it's at least, unless it's some weird off match nonsense, it's always a 5v5. I love 5v5s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Your team has no choice but to be somewhere near you.
Yeah, everyone's going to be seen.
Sometimes.
You're going to get got.
Yeah, you'll be seen by the enemy team because you're the raid, and your team will be busy fighting the one guy that stays behind while everybody kicks you into the
Honestly,
ground.
though, yeah, towards that end, the Arctic base drop was when the pain dimension became very clear.
I don't know about y'all. Y'all can hate me, but I love when people go right. If I'm running support, depending on what I'm using, I'm gonna punish the hell out of you coming around my corner. I'll hit at least 2 of y'all, and I get the hell out of there. But I was like, y'all got to watch going right all the time. I was like, so is this
Magnum had doing that shit when we were practicing for clan matches at the time.
I'm like,
they just stopped, cold stop on the bridge, and we're like, what's up?
Oh yeah, no. I'm like, okay, guys, here's the plan. I'm calling the shots. So follow me. We're going here. Okay, now fight them. And we're like, okay, we in there. We're all doing the same play, so it's okay that time. And it's just we break the meta up. That's I can't stand these silly metas of the starting part of this, and I don't know how they've even started because they don't even seem that efficient to me.
They're not. It's not. It's always Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say like what you were saying with the support thing. I just stop MLRS, boom, everybody comes around the corner. Okay, I did like 40k damage. Now you can kill me, but you're all at 2 health. I'm just gonna sit here and laugh because
Like I don't see it efficient because in some matches like that in Tropical Desert or whatever, where people like, and you guys may play it differently. Again, this is just how I roll. When people always rush to the top, people like, we got to get there first. I'm like, okay, do we got to get there first because you want to A, get that point, B, start fighting, or C, see what they have on their team. I'm like, look, I'm not all about rushing up there to get someone killed, especially if I main support. I want them to rush us so I can just bop them in the face. I'm just like, first thing I want to do is count who I see as soon as possible. So I'm like, all right, look, we got to worry about this raid or this general or this sniper is going to be, we got to shut this support down, not right now. But Arctic base, I don't understand. It's just like when you start, it's like, all right, guys, who's going to be the slowest one?
oh yeah. And as a support guy, I'm always the slowest one. So I'm just like, okay, well, fine. You guys go. I got this. I'll 1v5. I got a shield. You know, like that's normally my plan. Is just like I got a shield. This will keep me alive. Hopefully they'll make it back around.
Mm-hmm.
But also too, like with I think it was Arctic Base that's done this though, because then right after Arctic Base, then on the Ruined City, everybody on the left side goes, meets up at the right side, captures the middle point at the Thunderdome, and then goes for the opponent's closest point. And I don't know why that became a meta for that too. And that's another one that's weird. So if you capture A or B and you're that one guy, you're about to get like dunked on by
Right.
5 people.
I feel your pain.
And then also, which you said on the desert, which I have to kind of I like rushing the top because I feel like that's a King of the Hill map, right?
Yeah.
So
Like that's really early game meta, and that never
So
because it was just so proven.
I
and now it's rotate around it these days though, which is weird.
It's just
Yeah.
it's like a different version of art base now.
Yeah, like you rotate around, go up the hill, and then fight. And I'm
You know
like,
what it is though, because
Yeah.
people would go straight up, and then people who were posted up at the back lines would just plaster them in the fucking face.
Yeah,
So like,
Unit
no,
4
let's just go
sucks.
around instead now.
Unit
Sucks.
4, yeah.
I'm a side sniper on that map. For some reason, I always was it C, whatever has a point that has the arch over
And
it.
that was the early meta. People would do when people used to capture points a lot more. They go around the sides, and the supports would chill there, and they would like just harass people in the center. But once the center became like the King of the Hill thing, all that changed. And like normally now, those side points don't get picked up until like mid or towards the end of the match, when you just need somewhere else to be to not get clapped on the hill all the time.
Mm-hmm. I love clapping people from the side on the hill, and it works flawlessly because like the dune, I try not to go over the dune depending what support I'm rolling. But don't get me wrong, I love this. I love that match, but I would rather have my teammates going there first so I can see. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, be my bullet shield.
Here's $5. Go
support life.
Your
Let's
job.
go.
Support life.
Blues, do your job while I shoot you in the back.
Oh, Pierce.
No, you shoot through them. You shoot through them, right? See, you're hitting.
Sorry,
the enemy.
that's high cost support play. Okay.
Instead of fall back, I'll overcost you. As fall back, I'll shoot you on the way out.
Gunner.
There
Hey,
you go.
let's go.
What do you think about the Gunner Gundam nerf? Just touching on that since you brought it up. Do you think it was necessary? I don't think it was.
I don't think it was because Gunner Gundam already suffers from a very small kit with a long heat overheat. That's why, legit, like when I first played with Gunner Gundam in Mudrock, I liked Gunner Gundam until I played Mudrock, and I was like, no, this is the way.
Yeah.
This is the way for me.
I gotta wonder who got hurt by Gunner Gun. They keep picking at it like that.
Yeah, like it's.
Where did it touch you, dude? Like, leave it alone. Fuck.
It needs a buff now, for real. I think it needs a buff again. It needs to go back to where it was. Also, the other thing too, I need to make a quick tips and tricks video about this. But just for anybody who doesn't know, the bar for your heat on your beam rifles, when it's blue, you won't overheat. When it's yellow,
Hmm.
you will overheat.
Mm-hmm.
I had someone that I blew someone's mind with that comment here the
Shit,
other day.
like-
So I was just like, I got you, man. There you go. Now
That
don't
is
get
true.
the
They don't do
side
heat
side
management on
funnels
there.
though. They where they shoot different times. You got to actually figure out how far. You got to figure that one out yourself because it'll only show you one shot, and if they shoot 3 times, oops.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel bad for anyone who liked using Gundam before and now because the nerf. I was just like, it was unnecessary, dude. They did not need to touch that suit. They really didn't because
It was so
at what?
marginalized with his cost range too. Like
Yeah,
they
it's
really
what
went
450. It starts at 450, right? Let me see
400?
real quick.
Yeah,
I think it's
450,
400.
400. I think it's
400,
400.
I think it's
And it's
400.
But
to give it a level 2. I think it's just a 400 for a long time.
Yeah, and that was the
Yeah,
thing. It was
yeah.
just
that's
400.
level 2 now, though, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's actually the first one I got, and I feel now with what we've got at 450 that it could just get bumped back up at 450 at least. Come on,
right.
Yeah,
Just
especially
make
if we
it
get
a
level
That's
3.
the problem.
setup now.
That's just a
Yeah,
problem, like we've said before, them balancing
Mhm.
suits based strictly on win percentage.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like, oh, well, it's winning a lot. It must be too strong. Like, well,
It's
but
just
it could
on
how
the
would you
win
guys
team a
nerf
lot.
could just be like
they
the
don't
3
like-
sweaty people that play it. You know, like Don
Right.
Baruch players.
What- They need to actually look into like the kit and why this suit's being used. Because all it takes is one person to be like, "Oh, this meta is busted." Post a video on YouTube, and people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this." Just like any other games that have some sort of meta.
Mhm.
Yeah, you always have that guy in the comments that like, just do this, lol. Like, and that's
Yeah.
it. As you begrudgingly do it and find out that it.
Yo, is that a thing? Can you actually lock on to infiltrate people with the funnels?
Oh
Were
yeah,
you
oh
watching-
yeah.
what are you-
War
Oh
crimes.
yeah, yeah. War
Don't look at
crimes,
my
man.
War crimes. Don't look at my war
Like
crimes.
see, the thing is, Xeon with the Xeon, like that's my favorite part about playing the Xeon in space is because I can just destroy your base, and then if you try to go bomb my base, I'll just war crime you. It doesn't matter if you go
Yeah.
hide in that little crevice. I
Bloody.
penetrate the base, so I'm just
That
like,
is-
oh, boom, locked on, boom, and then you're just
It's just that thing from World of Tanks. It's just like penetration.
pretty much.
That is awesome. I didn't know that.
Before we get back on topic, and by the way, anybody watching, this list of topics is more like guidelines, really.
Doing a good job when our tangents are battle op related. So I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
At least we're on battle up this time.
We're on brand
Yeah.
today. Doing all
yeah.
right.
But yeah, the one thing you touched on was the quick commands and stuff to chat, quick chat. And one of my things, kind of touching on what you were saying, when I would like do coaching in like League of Legends, like the biggest thing I would say to people half the time is they would stop, they would type a thing,
Mm.
and then they would hit enter, and I'd be like, you missed like 5 CS, or you're jungling right now. You could have got 3 camps and ganked 2 people. You missed your chance because you stopped and typed. And that's like anytime. I just wish they, like, as much as I like to have voice chat sometimes in games, or just
No
having
thanks.
it, just having communication in general. I like it sometimes, but 99% of the time, I just wish all communication didn't exist.
Yeah, even tells at this point. Like, I don't want them. You're not telling me anything useful. It's mostly just
Take us apart.
self-serving. Like,
I'm so glad you didn't say take the generals. I thought you were going to say take the generals. I was going to be like,
Sorry, I'm gonna use my
Emblem.
trigger word.
and even beyond that, a lot of people just use them to be like very passive aggressive. Anyway,
You're
Yeah,
you're
they
the
can-
best, sir.
you're
They
the
can
best.
go.
Great job.
Good work when you do something. It's like, yeah,
But you the one that died. What are you saying great work for?
I always say thanks. Every time they say you're the best, I'm like, thanks, man.
Oh man, I hate when I see that. It's don't be toxic, guys. It's a game. Have fun. Don't be a little piece of shit. All right. There's been people who were
Sure.
legit. They will go in the first minute and a half and the AFK because their feelings got hurt.
yeah.
I'm like, well, you just destroyed so
I
much.
hate that.
That's
Like
not
some-
rated in this game. They'll sit
Yeah,
at the
some-
base as a pilot and be like, no.
They need a way to report players. They need a way to report players.
Yeah, like
And
they try to do a little bit for the griefing because back in the day, if people were mad at you, they'd smack you the fuck around. and they
I
wouldn't
hate
get punished the entire match. So they changed that, and even that sometimes doesn't work quite as intended.
Hey,
But they never really did more beyond it. Yeah, that one time you downswung your entire team and got yeeted.
Oh, okay, let's not bring that one up. I was about to say I got a
I
clip
thought
where I
you were gonna
yeeted
do
a
it.
troll.
Like, I got you.
Sorry, my
Oh
Magnum
yeah,
is
when you guys
toxic.
were trading blows,
Well,
he
no,
kept
no.
taunting him to hit him again,
Well,
and then
see, I
he got
kept hitting the
last
button.
hit.
Yeah. So like, if somebody's like meleeing you and being a dick, if they hit you 4 times, they get yeeted. So the thing is,
Mm.
they hit you first, just hit them back,
Yep.
and then they're gonna get yeeted first. So just make sure you don't hit another teammate by accident.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
some dude
they're
kept
gonna
trying
get
to
yeeted.
hit him off the support button.
Okay, so here's what also get on my nerve. Done, and then we'll get back on topic. I promise.
No, this is
I
fun.
promise. when you're playing a support and you're doing what supports do, you watching the lane, you watching where people. You're like, this player's gonna come out here. Some random player comes and hits you in the back. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, I'm like, bro, I'm a support. I'm trying to pop this dude as soon as he come around. Oh, hey, look, the time it took for you to downswing me, get me out of my scope, he just ran out and ran to the point. Thank you for your help. Like, don't be aggressive, guys. If you're not enjoying it that much, just exit the game so your team don't, lose ratings. Because I'd rather have a 4v5 than have a 5v5 with a disgruntled teammate. Because you can win 4v5s.
Yeah,
Like,
just go chill with all guys or some shit.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
I mean, the problem is they've probably already left 2 times already or something. Which now now I don't think you can leave 2 times. I had a power outage and a internet spike one morning here like last week, and so hey, I saw that. But yeah, it gave me a penalty, and I was just like, oh no. But I knew it was coming when I logged back in. So, and then I got it. Actually, the good news was it was on my alt, so we in there. But I still had to get that off, and it was like 4 games before I could even like do anything. And so the penalties are rough. So people don't want to get that penalty. So they troll in whatever way they can. I feel like if you're in a pilot, like what I think they should do is if you're out as a pilot and you don't hit another pilot or enemy mobile suit with like the rocket launcher or something, which I mean, there's probably going to be some way to game it, of course, but they can just keep trying it. But if they do something like that to where like if you're out as a pilot for like 2 or 3 minutes and you haven't shot an enemy mobile suit kind of thing in 2 or 3 minutes, then you just get yeeted. So, I mean, again, there's probably going to be some way they can game it, but
like the one exception they would have to make is if you're capturing points, so you just have one dude that's a globetrotter, essentially, that just keeps taking points and doesn't do anything else.
But I mean, they need to make it to where the person who wants to just stick
Or
around,
and like shoot somebody once, they're like, oh, I'm good.
yeah, that's the other thing too. But at least if they're doing something, like maybe they have to plant a bomb within 3 minutes. If you're going to be a pilot that long, right? Or something. Then they go and they actually do something useful. The problem is then what they'll probably do is just be like, okay, fine, if you're going to make me do stuff, then I'm just going to yeet into the enemy team and give them points. Which I'm surprised we don't see more of that. It's kind of funny that we see the people AFK and dodge roll in a corner, then just feed the enemy points when they're already tilted.
Yeah, because it's not helping their score any either.
So
it's like, oh, I have less deaths. Yeah, but he also didn't like kill anybody. He didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But so that's a real hard one. But I'm kind of glad they're trying to do some extra stuff to, try to get rid of that. But
yeah, it's the same thing with this game though. They just need to keep doing more. Yeah. And thankfully, from what they were talking about in the, and I know this is had a little, but like them talking about year 3 means that at least they got time to try to correct some of that.
Yeah, we'll actually see that. Actually, I think that's up right now on the screen there. Hope you'll join us for a 3rd year. So
yeah, Tornado Gundam for next anniversary. Heck yeah.
Yes.
You know what? I think they should do an event with that. Like, if that's actually going to be the last year, just have it bring about the apocalypse.
Fight against Tornado Gundam
fight against the Tornado. Yeah, to try to stop the apocalypse.
So
Yes.
Gundam Battle Operation 2 is doing very well. What'll happen after year 3? But
Hopefully, Battle Op 3.
yeah,
Next
not
to-
no.
Oh,
So
no.
next, no.
Only it plays like
I-
GBO2. It's GBO2, but they call it.
No, it's Janky Gundam versus.
Oh,
Sorry,
no.
go ahead.
Cool
And
thing
Gundam
about
Versus
next,
could use some help right now
was-
too. Anyway,
was
with
the
that
suit
network
had
stuff. Oof.
yeah, because next had cool suits, but like it was janky, it was laggy, and you can only play like 1 or 2 matches a day.
Mm-hmm.
Stamina system
Like,
suck.
Yeah, it was
cool free to
like
play
the
stuff. Like
GBO1 has
trying to
stamina, but yeah, GBO2 is working on the formula correctly. So hopefully they just work on improve
Oh,
that.
Mm.
They need to do non-UC GBO games that aren't Gundam Battle Operation Next. Like, when those people like, where's my Barbados and where's my wing? Like, let's make that game.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Mhm.
don't even get me started on crossovers, but
It's kind of fucked up because like we try. Like I wonder how many of them actually. Damn.
we lost you.
We
Like-
lost you for a second.
Uh-oh.
How many?
How
Because
many
like
of them-
now we have the answer, right? It should be Maxi Boost on for all that shit. And yet, how many of them actually stuck with that after that came out?
Yeah,
Since that
Maxi
actually
Boost.
costs money and you have to be on Plus for it too, so it's not successful either.
And it's like I think different people play Maxi Boost on versus Battle Operation 2.
Oh yeah,
Because the speed in GBO2 is a little like slower than Maxi Boost on, so more people can play it.
it's cool to see the crossovers though, like players who are dedicated to one or the other come over. Like,
Oh
that's-
yeah, I love it.
Oh yeah.
It's all Gundam in the end, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of bringing it back more on topic where we were talking about the question mark
Topic.
stuff. The the banner though. So we kind of already talked about the tokens. That's always cool. But the thing is, a half off. Like okay, so real quick, which we'll be talking about the Unit 4 and 5. But I was really scared because last week Lotus was saying that his guess was they were going to do another event suit with this banner for the step up, and it's like, oh no, I hope they don't. And not only did they not, but for me, this is a 10 out of 10 step up banner. Like, wow, well done.
Yeah,
39 tokens.
I agree.
That's step 1 and almost step 2. If you had saved up any last week, then you've definitely got step 2 already done, and then you just got to save up for step 3. And you might need to $10 worth of tokens or something if you haven't really put much money into it. So there you go, boom, and then you get another free 10 spin at the end. And I think this free 10 spin actually goes toward the suits in the current lottery and not the entire thing. And also, I believe this entire step up has a boost toward the it has a boost toward the Zeta Plus as well. So
I think agreeing. Like I told a lot of people, this is probably one of the best step ups I've seen in a while. Because first off, if you're new to the game or even if you're not a player, if you see a half off, 9 times out of 10, just pull. Just pull on it.
every half off.
Especially if it's a decent suit, pull, because that only happens like maybe once a month, tops, right? And then if you have it where not only it's half off your first one, but you have 3-star and 2-star upper multiplier in the second step, do it. And then the next step, you get a guaranteed 3-star. What? Right after you get 39 tokens for free, and then after you do that, you get 10 more pulls for free. Like the hands that I would love to see this banner again, but we probably won't see it again for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. 10 out of 10. This banner was absolutely beautiful. I really liked how it did have Zeta Plus A1. Because my concern was, okay, what pool is it going to be in? Is it going to be like out of these 6 pools of 3-star? I was like,
Yeah.
okay. I was impressed. I was satisfied. I think it was an awesome banner. They did a good job. Good job, GBO2.
That's to bring in a pity system. But yeah, I agree with you though. This one wasn't bad for sure. Like there were good guarantees, and getting free is always nice too.
Yep. Any thoughts on it?
And people actually interacting in the lobby over here is crazy. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is that the next big event's going to be Halloween from here on. So it's going to be a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
I see what the next big thing is going to be.
I hope I get a new pumpkin.
I guess it would kind of play into the speculation, but I hope that they use the expansion into Sentinel and a couple other things to really like play up stuff. Like we don't need holidays or special events to just have dope shit like that.
Real though.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, kind of moving into the patch notes. We got the Gelgoog Marine Commander level 4 added to the lottery, which I know me and Gustav's hyped about that. I love what they did to that suit's main gun.
I wish what they did to that they would do to the Jaeger at this point. I feel like it needs it.
Yeah, I feel like Jaeger's kind of losing to power creep at this point a little bit, except for maybe 450.
Koraz is still busted up about this 500 MP cannon. It's all right, dude. It's fine.
Oh yeah, they also added a mass production gun cannon as well, which is. If I get it, I'll use it just for the memes. But like,
I like that suit though. Like I don't mind running that.
Oh, I mean that's what carried me through the first ranked I ever played in. So yeah, I'm in there. But Emblem or Vion, any thoughts on the Gelgoog Marine Commander?
So you guys are gonna hate me. I won't say I hate the Gelgoogs. I say that I just don't use them. The only one I have used was the Jaeger. The command type itself is probably that one, and I think there's a raid Gelgoog. That's
Marine.
like notorious for. Is that the Marine? Is that the darker? I don't know. Anyway, that raid sucks. I hate fighting it. It gets some. Like as a support, it gets my nerves. But Commander M, I just see allies. I haven't seen a bad one. I'll say that much. But when it comes to Gelgoogs, I don't really pay that much attention to them. But I think it being hold on, let me see. Yeah, as a 2-star general, I still think it's solid to use for anyone to get it. I'm like, why not?
For this one, it was definitely subpar before they buffed it, and after they buffed it, it's great now. I love it.
Yeah. Okay.
But and in my opinion, it was trash before the buff.
Yeah.
But say not for everybody. At the very least, like I think you have to be good at that kind of play style, especially using the poking style beam rifle.
Yeah.
But with this, though, they really buffed it. It's got a 1 second in between fire, and now it's a 5-shot burst. You can get off 3 times, and then 4. If you use it a 4th time, it overheats. You get off 3 times in a row, and then you can swap to its machine gun its arm machine gun if you have to, which daggers really fast. So if you do overheat, by the time you shoot that, it's pretty much almost back from overheating. It's got good beam saber swings because it has the same Marine, beam saber swing, which is nice. But yeah, I'm a big fan.
If you don't like the regular rifle, then that's definitely a good alternative. Feels pretty good.
But moving on into the patch notes, forgot to move the little arrow, but we got I'll go ahead and because I know what's coming up in the ticket shop. Oh yeah, and we got the normal suit, which is cool, I guess. But moving on, I don't even have to look like I said, because we got the Dump Barrage level 3, 500 cost. I finally have my baby. We in there.
Hey.
For real though.
More hype about that than some of the other shit he got.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I got like 3 of the level 2 of the new suit. Cool, I guess, whatever. I got my Dom Barrage level 3. Like it literally, I want the Cubile and the Dom Barrage level 3, and I got one of those things this event, so I got one more to get. Oh yeah, I guess the Beam Bazooka level 2 is the only other suit that I really want right now.
Out of principle of it just being the O2 in general.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean, I also like the beam bazooka. Like I said, it's my preferred raid at 550. There we go. I finally found the right one. So, you like the Dom Barrage? You like Scooty Suits? Can recommend. I would recommend it. I think it still holds well at 500. If we get a 550 one, sorry, the MLRS kind of still beats it out there. So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna also piggyback throughout many supports. It's definitely probably in my top 4 or 5 when I'm around that cost. Because Dom Barrage, not only does it shred generals, I can be like, "Oh, you a raid? Give me them legs, brother. I got you, dog. You shred them legs." Like Dom Barrage, when you have a Gatling gun in higher costs, especially, it's like I don't care what role you are. I'm going to do a lot of damage really quick. You can stand there, or you can get behind a building. Either way, I see you. And its reload time is really nice, as well as the missiles. I really like Dom Barrage's kit. And it's definitely one of my favorite supports. It's definitely up there for me as well. Try it.
And 2, the
I like the bully
missiles.
Dom Barrages.
Oh, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for it. Emblem with the bully. But yeah, if something has no dodge roll, especially if it's a raid, and you hit it with the beam right after it gets out of boost and it staggers, you just hit it right in the legs with those missiles. You'll stagger it again, or you've probably hit it with most of it if they dash sideways, and then you follow up with the Gatling and they're staggered again. You pop them over the head with the downswing and then run away and then do it again. Like that's my go-to combo with that. So those missiles are crazy though. If you ever see a comfer and they decide not to dodge roll, they're dead. It's kind of gross to hit something like that. That's why I want to upgrade it though, because it gets 5% damage boost at fully enhanced. So I'm like, kind of want to do this. But 1 million DP to get all 3 of them maxed out. Just saying.
Yeah, like, never mind the new currency. It's just the DP cost that fuck you over, if anything.
Yeah.
Because they were actually pretty liberal with giving you those packs because they know that you're gonna burn through all that other shit.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, oh, sorry, I almost skipped over it. Gan EOS.
Oh yeah.
That's the other thing that got put in. I think it's cool. I'm gonna use it more. I just always am playing something else.
Right.
I'm sick and tired of seeing that suit.
Really?
I've pulled that suit so many times.
Okay, there we go.
Like, if this, you just get this suit out, bro. I'm like, bro, I don't want to see it ever again. I was like, I should try it, but then again, no, I don't want to. I don't want to. No, I did try it once. It actually seems like it'd be a really cool suit as far as like the poking range with melee. But I was just like, nah, Pale Rider or something.
Yeah, I always end up on something else every time I go to play. And I'm like, oh yeah, this thing is really fun to play, and it's got the wacky like I'm gonna knock everything downswing. But then I'm just like, oh, well, I can play this suit, and then I just get distracted. But I think it's 400 base cost, right?
Let's check.
EOS? I thought it was a 350.
Yeah, 400.
It's 400.
Okay, it's 400. Cool. Okay.
Oh, and I have it fully upgraded, so yeah, I guess I'm right there with you about pulling it out of boxes. That's funny.
The EOS is pretty fun though. Like if it has a downside, I'll just say that the giant bazookas kind of will leave you wishing that you were reloading just a tad bit faster sometimes. But like all other things considered, it's a gain for real shield. It has good reach.
Oh shit!
You can knock down your teammates with your crazy wide downswing.
Literally everybody in the game.
Good you have a good poking option as well. With the little side beam. It's nothing like crazy, but just with how fast you can shoot into range, it's a real good finisher in lieu of Vulcans, which a lot of Xeon suits lack sometimes.
Yeah, there's a lot of a few people I know that just main that suit, and they pull some good damage numbers just straight up on the damage charge. They'll hit pretty high at 400 and 450. Yeah, anything else with the EOS? No, we'll move on to the DP stuff.
Snot cheeks.
The DP
bonus points
stuff
knockdown teammates
is really awesome this time around. So we got the Interceptor, or the Intercept, which is top tier space general, like 10 out of 10. The Bishop, top tier space support, and the Dom multi-gun, which in my opinion was the best support until they just recently added the level 3 Rabbit type. And one other that I can't remember. Hang on, let me look at 350. But yeah, what do you guys think of any of those three? Because that's my thoughts.
Intercept is amazing suit in space, like no questions about it. The mobility, it being a space only suit, is it's a very dangerous suit. It's a suit that feels like it's more of a raid than a general. The Bishop is, I think that's the entry of the lock on in space with supports. And if you guys haven't played those support types yet, you're going to realize that it's kind of dope in space. Not only does it have, I think it has one lock on and one focus fire you could cycle through. But like once you learn how to cycle through that, like that suit is, it hurts generals in space. Dom Cannon, however, I will say I've never got really acquainted with Dom Cannon because I've always felt like I should be using Dom Barrage instead. Anytime I pulled it.
This is 50 below the Dom Barrage, so
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the ones that I pulled at the time, I was like,
The higher levels.
or Dom Barrage. Yeah, so yeah, because I had always got them at higher levels or the higher level. But because I did try and I liked it having the machine gun and the cannon as a support. I really like that a lot. That's the support one, right? Yeah, that's the support one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I usually run the G rocket just for the extra stun, catch them with the cannon after the initial stun, and then do the missiles.
yeah, where they did the change to both of its like I forget what it's called, but the amount of time between you can start swapping the stop time, whatever that's called. When they did
Like the
that
ready
change,
time or whatever.
you can swap between the cannon and the bazooka in either way and pretty much keep somebody staggered in place, which was like the biggest deal. So if you can catch them from behind, you can set up with the side or the arm rockets into your first stagger, cannon into the second stagger, bazooka as your last stagger, or rather maybe reverse that and then hit him with a downswing or something. But yeah, there's a lot of different stuff that suit can do, and you got a grenade, which I forget about honestly half the time. For the Bishop though, the only competitor that I would say, this is both ground and space at that cost. The Gigan just got added at level 4, which is kind of nice. But the GM Cannon Space Assault type got added at level 3, which could compete with the Bishop, I think. But other than that, I think Bishop's pretty much the thing to not sleep on if you're trying to play the Bishop. Get in there and shotgun with your beams. The focus is nice. It'll chunk. It'll stagger. That's cool. But you've got shotgun in the form of hands right in front of you. So if you hit them with enough beams, you'll actually stagger as if you had a shotgun. And also, one charge shot is like 90% of your overheat, whereas you get like 5 shotgun beam shots out before you overheat. So you can like deal about 10,000 damage to a general just shotgunning them or more. And also you're staggering them, so then you can follow up with a punch and then swap back, shotgun them again, then punch. You can really get, like, some of the really good Bishop players can do some crazy stuff. And I almost never see them actually use the lock-on thing. That's more for just poke and when you're falling back or something, or if somebody's running away, because you are slow.
Yeah.
But
you're an old man tripping the generals running away with your cane.
I just slipped a little there, but
oops, got your backpack.
But yeah, Emblem.
That's the scariest game I got your nose ever.
Any thoughts on it?
Bishop's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it whenever I first got it.
I needs them, especially the Psycho Zaku or the Saikimi Zaku. I played that really hard when I did some more space stuff. So
That one's so fun.
Oh yeah.
I'm ready, man. I need that higher level. Just like I know I'm gonna get a visit, but the minute I get my hooks into somebody, it's all over. Like I'm ready to get in there again with that. Like I actually just did a match with the Saikimi and it felt pretty good.
Yeah, and the Facebook custom is a fantastic suit too. Any of the blues with
Facebook
like a
I forgot this is
far-reaching,
FB. Oh my god.
Yeah.
with a long-reaching downswing that can follow up on its stuns is always pretty good. There's already like a really good precedent set for it. Easy 8, GPO3, like
Yeah, I just call it the low cost
just like Goof VD. There's so many good general suits that are already really powerful because they have that extra surprise like lunging reach, and any other suit that has something like that, where it just comes out quick and fast, is usually in a pretty good spot because you don't have to worry about thrust as much because you can close the gap just with your downswing, or even use your downswing as an additional like escape mechanism or something like that. It's pretty nice. It has good options too.
Yeah. Side note, real quick. Sorry. Haimo
good.
Gelgu with the cruise control against Keyblades in space, they fucking hate me right now. Oh my god.
By the way,
they can't lock and they just eat ballistic all day.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's always nice. The downswing thing though. G-line assault. I'm always yeeting myself out of there with that downswing. I'm like,
oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Get in there, smack, and then I'm like, okay, well I killed the support with those 2 hits. Yeet this way.
It's interesting to think about how like Gundam Online does that, and people definitely use as much of those animations for movement as possible, kind of like PSO2 as well.
Oh yeah.
You don't see that too much with this game. It's more focused on like thrusters and consumption and stuff because you just had that option. Like you already had the actual movement option. But every once in a while you'll have suits like that. People used to do it with the Stamen a lot. I don't think they do it so much anymore, but that was also a thing for some players.
So real quick, just the last thing on the as far as the stuff they have here is clan matches too. We want to talk about that tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah.
5 a.m. Pacific.
5v5, 550 on what is it?
Arctic base.
Yeah.
Ace match.
Ace match, even better. Super sweaty.
Woo!
I mean, but it's with your clan and stuff. So the thing I was going to ask here, Vion, how like have you been getting in on any of the clan stuff or?
I actually have not, between like work schedule and like because like weekend schedules. Like a lot of times, the weekend is actually not a good time for me to play GBO2 because it's like running like I run D&D stuff and play D&D stuff, and that's like all Saturday kind of thing. And then Sunday, and then Sunday is just like I kind of want to relax and chill when I can, and just like because I don't only play just GBO2. But getting back to it, I encourage my clan and I encourage all of them to play together as much as possible, and they've done a really good job playing together without me having to organize it, and that's what I want them to keep doing.
Must be nice. I mean, Aoshi's trying to organize some stuff on his end too, so hopefully that can work.
So shout outs to people out there, Awesome Ninja Garuga, Nick, Jeff Ross, all you guys who are in that doing a thing, thank you. Because they have definitely in a lot of times done clan matches without me. And I'm like, you know, do it, represent, you know what you do. But
Ross is a good guy.
I love, most definitely. I love the idea of clan matches, but I really wish the time was different. Like maybe instead of it being on the weekend 1 week or 1 month, they could do it during the week. As bad as that sounds, they could like maybe shift it 2 days somewhere else. I don't know. That would work a lot better for me. But I don't know. I really would like to play. I really would like to play clan matches more, but the time has always kind of like, dang it, I don't.
These aren't real people hours, right?
No.
The hours. So, frankly, the hours aren't meant for Americans. Like
we get like 1 out of 4.
Yeah, 1 out of 4
Mhm.
the hours, right?
And speaking of tabletop stuff, like I need to check because every time I'm in a Robotech campaign, and every time I'm streaming the Robotech campaign that I'm playing in, and every time that they decide to do the late night one, so I'm need to check to see if because we do it once a
Yeah.
month. So
Mhm.
so far though, it's landed. The past 2 times it's landed on that. So I'm scrambling to like finish up that, and I'm messaging the GM being like, so yeah, I gotta go. And so then they wrap up and we wrap up, and then I get swapped over, and then boom, we get started, and then I'm just like, we just form teams and then go in. Pretty much is about all that gets done. So luckily that's it. Like pretty much when we're scheduled to end anyway. But it's just been one of those things like, oh no. So yeah, I feel you there when they do these late night ones. So luckily on the East Coast it's midnight, but again
Mhm.
though it's still midnight on the East Coast when it starts. So that next one though is on the 12th of next month. Is when they're doing the next late night one, and that's 9 p.m. Pacific. But
It's always a reminder that this is primarily a Japanese, still like international release. Right?
Yeah.
yeah.
So gotta rotate things around.
I will say though, from what I remember though, the way they started talking about it, and I just feel like it was just a limitation. Did they break
Was
things?
it a
They just
fever
couldn't.
dream? Who knows?
Like, well, they started off by saying there were going to be 2 different times, and they actually had they were going to open it up 2 times per event for people to play, and so that it would be in multiple time zones. But I don't know what happened to that. But there was one set to, like, when they were doing the beta test or whatever, the alpha test or whatever they were
Mhm.
calling it. They had one said it was going to open up at like in the afternoon here. So I was like, where did that
Did that
go?
one? Didn't that one not happen too?
Yeah, it
Like they
didn't
said the
happen.
time and it
Yeah, it
didn't
never even
happen.
happened.
Yeah, so like it
I still
broke.
think it was a miscommunication, and they just meant that was the difference between the start time and the reward delivery,
Maybe
and
that
they
was
just
it.
like just mistranslated it as, oh, it's going to be 2 different start times. Like
Maybe that was it. But if they could do 2 different times per one, that'd
they
be cool.
probably should. I wouldn't mind at all.
Just saying.
Because it's still got to be a problem, and I see people complain about the times too. Because like, bro, I got work. Can't be doing this shit. Can't be out that late all the fucking time. Or like, this is when I'm still trying to get home. Stuff like that.
Okay, so we go ahead and I know Vion, you were wanting to talk about the Unit 4 and 5 BST. Now that we've had a little bit of time to kind of play it a little bit ourselves and stuff. So yeah, what do you think about the banner last week and just the suits themselves?
Real quick, I'll just say, I don't think they were worth the banner pool, guys. So don't be sad if you didn't get it. As they're different and varying, they don't have shields, which feels like it plays a part. They definitely feel paper thin, but they're awesome at the same time. I really love BST Unit 5. Unit 4, I don't know. TBD yet. I think the double bazookas was a misplay almost. But overall, I just wanted to say this is an example of how the anniversary event was for me, because all the banners were pretty good, but the BST banner was like the paywall of the event. And like last year, we had GBO, we had Full Burnian, which was one of the best spacesuits for ever.
I
In
still
this
claim it is
case,
the best. Period.
yeah, a lot of people do. And I'll say that BST 4 and 5 don't hold anything up to that light. You can always pick a different rate or different general. So that's all I wanted to say about it. I don't want to get too much into it. But yeah, Unit 5's cool. It's scary, you not having a shield, as weird as that sounds. But, just got to play hard. I still got to experiment with it a little bit more because their modifier and their weapons are different. Like Unit
They're
5.
definitely trying to force you into that
Yeah.
blanket style more.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. I'll have an overview for those suits hopefully sooner than later. So
I mean, my take on it this week, after getting to actually play them, I really like the beam, the new mega particle beam, whatever it is, the
Yeah.
big beam.
Yeah.
I really like
Mega
that
beam
now.
launcher.
Mega beam launcher, thank you. I really like that 33-second cooldown, and I'm doing it again. I do it multiple times before I die. Like I kind of play it more of a pokey style, and then get in there for a couple of assist things. You know, so you could probably have one on your team doing that, but if you have too many, then that kind of gets a little awkward. Also, some weird things happen with the beam. By the way, Gustav, I clipped it from yours from last night.
Oh, did
So
you?
yeah,
Yes.
it's in my Discord. I can post it in yours too. But
Nice.
like the beam, I was too close to a teammate, and the beam just went
Boop, boop. Just went somewhere else entirely.
like it looked like a laser light show going on. Man, we were
Yeah.
raving last night on Mountain. Like
You ever see someone with like a floodlight and they're like pointing around during like a blackout? What is that? And that's just that, but with a big beam of death.
I do prefer that beam over the original.
yeah,
There is a precedence for that though. The Dodge Custom still does that with his charge shot. Sometimes
Oh,
it'll
yeah.
just and
Oh,
just
well,
point
everything-
somewhere else.
everything pretty much does it because remember the piercing on the Mark III? Everybody thought, oh my gosh, it ricochets, but no, it's not a ricochet.
Oh yeah,
beam.
no.
Because
it's
there was that
actually just
YouTube video with the
pointing weird.
ricocheting beam, and
Mm.
like everybody started being like, "Oh my gosh, it ricochets," and that kind of
Ricochet.
went around. And then it was like, "No, it's just the janky mechanics. It wasn't actually bouncing.
Yeah.
It's just."
So it was
the-
just jank.
So yeah, even the missiles on the Dom Barrage, when you're up close to an enemy, the missiles will sometimes go
Oh, yeah.
whoop, just straight up into space, and I'm like, "No," you know.
Any
so,
kind of missile bark will do that. I don't think the ground types does, but I think that's also because it makes you stop. So
yeah, I think it's
kinda
a
hard to
different.
do that.
Well, I think those are different style for the. Yeah.
But yeah, other stuff does tend to do that. And it's just like, oh, well, away they go.
But yeah, that's my thoughts on the 4 and the 5 now. I like the melee playstyle on it, and I do like. Okay, so the thing is, the Gatling is 90% of the time trash, until that support's trying to be, you know, what Emblem describes as the support hubris, and
Oh, yeah.
sitting on the
Oh.
building, you know, and you're just like, okay, fine then, brrr, you know, and you just.
So you're engaged in a support and you fucking like blast them for a quarter of HP and they're still sitting there not moving, shooting you. That guy's on top of the world and is like, this is my murder pedestal. No one can stop me here. You know, like freaking supports.
Okay,
man.
okay, you know, you say that, but there's some times I'm playing the Dom Barrage, and like somebody shoots at me with a Gatling gun, and I've now watch it get clipped the next time this happened, but I'm just
Yep.
like, ah, you silly raid, you think you can outgun me? Here comes my missile vomit.
Oh.
And yeah, so yeah, I kind of know what you're talking about, but you know, I feel like I win though. So I mean, sure. No, but for real though, the Gatling on it though, you can just go at another at a support. It's almost useless though against generals and raids, unless you've already overheated your beam and you just want to kind of get some extra support fire in. But personally, I'd say since you got a dodge roll now, which is amazing on the Unit 5. You just go in there and you're just like, oh, you're a general? Well, here's 3,000 damage. Here's a side swing for 3,000 damage. And here's my downswing for 3,000. It's like, what? How can you do this much damage with 3 melees to a general type? I mean, like, I think it actually gets downscaled to like 2,000 something. But either way, you're dealing almost 4,000 damage to supports per swing. It is gross. I've one comboed. It's pretty much the prototype at high cost. It's the Proto Gundam's bigger brother at this point. And like the proto, and you got a dodge roll. It's like having a prototype with a dodge roll. It is scary. The only thing is though, is I'm kind of starting. You can use the bazookas on the Unit 5, right?
So yeah,
Just a
It
single.
only has the beam.
yeah.
Or is
I'm pretty sure it's
Single
just
bazooka.
it's using the same two weapons, right?
Yeah, the Unit 5, you can use Hyper Bazooka or the Hyper Beam Rifle. The Unit 4 can use the dual bazookas.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay, yeah. So I'm
See, to
kind of
chime in on your
starting to.
problem with that, it's because it's a raided weapon. That's the G3's double
Yeah.
bazooka. A raid touched it. It originated on a raid, so it's automatically just in a bad
Not as
spot.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the double
When it's
bazookas,
not
I
Raid
can't
tax.
stand those. But as
Raid
much
tax.
as yeah, pretty much raid tax.
You know what though? Like if they're gonna keep bumping up the G3, they should boost those a little bit, make them faster at least.
That's a whole nother we can talk about that, but that's a whole nother show, bruh, about all the outdated raids that needs some
Just going
TLC.
hard on raids. Yeah.
You ain't
Oh,
lying.
I mean,
We need
we've had. Hang on, wait, which direction are you on the thing? We've already had this guy talk about that. So I mean, yeah, we've done that in the past. So if you want to talk about it, feel
Sam,
welcome to. But
that's fine.
the Unit 5 though, the bazooka though is I think what I'm gonna start. Even though I hate bazookas, I really hate running bazookas. But I think I'm gonna start doing that because its melee is just so good. If you just get that stagger and you just go in and melee somebody, then it's gross. And your range modifier is almost nothing anyway. So I feel like just use the bazooka, get the stagger, get in there melee, and it just claps with how much melee it does. That's my take on it.
The reload and in between shots sucks. Like it sucks.
Oh well, are you talking about the G3's bazookas on the Unit 4?
Oh no. Yeah, I was talking about the Unit 4. Like I did.
Yeah. Oh no.
Like
That the reload between shots, I can't stand the G3. Like I was like, oh, the G3 looks cool. I'll try it, and it has a sub weapon that's a beam rifle, so it's kind of okay. But like, I guess you got the armed spot gun with the Unit 4. But yeah, I can't stand the double bazookas. I'm not a fan.
I like it on that suit just because it feels like I'm just using unspecific, but
Sorry, it feels like you're just using what?
them to specifically like initiate. So I'm not shooting them as often.
Yeah.
But like I know there's like trying to be a general round. My range, yeah, it's
Yeah, I feel like the beam rifle though is kind of more of your like with the Unit 4, you want it for more damage. So I feel like shooting more with the beam rifle is just the better way to go. Just because it actually has range modifier. Now with the Unit 5, just go unga bunga. Get in there. And
yeah, that rifle's what's up for sure. I like it on both. That's just because I'm used to it from the original though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree right now, but I might actually become a bazooka guy on it, just because the melees clap so hard. Like Emblem, I'm kind of curious what you think about the Unit 5 though. Have you been getting in there on it, or did you get it? But you got it, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I didn't. I never rolled for it because I wanted to see what was coming out. I'll probably look into getting it. I did get to play it, but I'll probably look into getting it since I got to Zeta Plus pretty early, and I'm still sitting on like close to 100 tokens after doing all the steps.
Yeah.
So I'll probably save up and more than likely go after it just because I like my raids. I'll just say like Unga Bunga. That's probably my favorite part about it. It feels, whereas like normal Red Gundam can kind of cover both ranges decently well. I kind of like having more of a focus on the front style as well. I feel like there's a situation where like one suit is probably better than the other. Like in those matches where you're like on city or port base and Red Gundam is good, you run Gundam Unit 5 normal. And in the other situations, yeah, you run regular Red Gundam. Yeah. And when you have those more close-up matches, I don't know. I could say that you can run an impact side as well, but you know, maybe on the impact side or maybe on Ruined City, where there's less lines for the straight shootouts, even though you can light people up on the buildings. But you know, you just find your maps where like you think being in close is better than kind of maining it from afar and stuff like that. So.
But yeah, like I do like, again though, kind of back to the main point of what Vion was saying. The I feel like if you didn't roll on these, you didn't really miss out on something that is overpowered, and I think that's a good thing. Like, I'm really glad that they didn't do an FB repeat, especially with ground suits. Or, well, suits that can be used on the ground, I should say. Because also in space, use that Gatling in space too, because Gatlings are always fun in space. But yeah, these are awesome in space. But, I mean, that's kind of what they're for, I think. That's their specialization anyway. Yeah, any other thoughts on that? And then we'll actually move on to what Emblem was wanting to talk about a little bit, even though we kind of touched on it before with some of the tangents. We'll actually make it a topic.
I think in that regard, we should just move on because we've been going for a while. We should just move on
I was gonna
to
say for the 3-hour mark,
yeah,
we've
wrap
got
up.
for the 3-hour
Yeah.
mark, we got about 20-30 minutes left. So I didn't.
Yeah,
Well,
so
that
supposed
sounds like
to be
enough
the
time to do
2-hour mark.
mobile suit speculation, right? Like see what we think the last two topics, what we think's coming up,
Well,
and what suits we think are going to come out.
yeah. So we'll go ahead and move on to the just our final thoughts on the event. So like as a whole, like I don't know if we want to just go around, or if somebody wants to start first while I'm moving the arrow around or whatever. But just your final thoughts. What do you think? How good they did? What was cool? Favorite things, stuff like that.
Done all at once. Okay. Jeez, I didn't want to go first.
Okay.
I thought,
Here,
I thought it was solid. It was fine. Like, they definitely were very generous. The event for the limited suit was kind of so-so for the Gaza, but I still really like it. I really wasn't expecting what the final suit was going to be, and I think it was a good compromise between just being like full-on animation like double Zeta stuff and actually giving us something different and like another series for them to pull from to look forward to later. So that was nice. The boosteds weren't quite FB level, but that's actually a good thing. I can go down with that, especially since they both have their uses outside of their regular versions. Overall, it was good. Can't complain too much.
Okay.
No, you go ahead. I was
Okay.
just trying to thoughts now.
Okay. So as far as like the Gaza Sea thing, my first transformable suit that I actually got, and it's fun to play, but I still think it's one of those like you really have to be on point with your beam management. If you are not like top tier on beam management and you overheat one of those things, either I think with your parts decides, it's actually one of the first times that I think the parts kind of decide your playstyle, because either you have overheat stuff so that you get your charge shot back and you just charge shot people for like 5k and then transform and then pew pew at them and then melee them once and then fly away again, or you go in and you just shoot the gun uncharged with other parts, like if you put health on it or whatever, and then you swap to, and then you transform and pew pew till you're almost about to overheat, then transform in and pew pew some more with the main gun, and then melee, and then pew pew, and then fly away and repeat. But that's kind of the interesting thing I think about it. Other than that, though, it's super squishy. Its stats are pretty much on paper. It's kind of low tier, and I mean, some people said, well, it's the event suit for the stuff, but I'm like, the GOG is like god tier as far as, especially at 300 for really. I mean,
it was god tier for a
okay,
minute. And then
yeah, everybody kind of figured out shotguns and a few things like that, and then there's those Goof VD players that come around and eat rod you.
It's GOG tier.
But like, I still get in there with my sumo GOG. Whoop de whoop. But like, and then there's the best of the tanks, the gun tank 2. Well, sorry, best of the non-transformable tanks. I guess I should, But yeah, best of the
non-transformable supports. No, you can't just say tanks. The
Oh
only
my
one
gosh!
that
Don't
supports.
even. Oh, that hurts.
This whole event, yeah,
no.
you know what? It's got to be said. This whole event didn't get a transformable support.
Oh,
C1.
no,
It's going to be a C1. It's going to be a C1, man. The first transformable support will be C1.
Oh man, it hurts. It really hurts. Or the Gaza D. I'll take the Gaza D too. But yeah, the so as far as that goes, there's those two examples. I'm glad the BST wasn't overpowered. That's cool.
Mm.
And then the final banner, 10 out of 10. Also, all the extra stuff for new players. I know so many people that I've gotten into the game recently. A lot of my friends who've gotten into the game, they're like, "This is great! I've got so many suits. I can do all this stuff." And I will say again, they still feel just as far as the not being new player friendly, they still feel the pain of not having parts on
Oh
their
yeah,
shiny 650 suits that just get clapped. So
especially since the simulator stuff is all defense too. The last one had a lot of offensive stuff, and like they missed out on that if they just started.
yeah, and that's the other problem too. And just on another side note too, I've been just so because they want to play rated, and I'm like, well, we
Mhm.
can't. So I've been making new accounts, and we've been playing rated, and I think I'm up to like 13 accounts now.
Oh
But
my god.
like the thing is, we've been playing the rated thing, and I've got them up to about A, and they go off and play in A on their like 650 suit with no parts, and oof, it
Sounds like a bad time.
yeah. So then now they're like, okay, I'll go to quick match. Like so, and even they're still getting wrecked, but at least they're getting better, like DP rewards and stuff with the higher rating a little bit. So they're like, I'll drop down eventually, but right now while they're giving out a bunch of stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and use it all that I can.
Yeah.
But I will say I'm glad they gave up the 450 stuff. So 450 is locked down. They just need to fix the rank needed for parts and suits and give out, like Emblem said, I think, the trainer suits, like some kind of trainer version of a 650. Everybody should just have one. It doesn't have to be god tier. It can be balanced, even be a little underpowered if they really, want to make it a little weak. Sure, I'll take that. But everybody needs to have one suit that they can at least do okay with. Anyway,
At
sorry,
least be
that
able to
turned into a
play.
tangent. Yeah, that turned into a tangent. But yeah, overall though, the event, final thoughts. I think it's better than last year. We actually got one of every suit this time, and we didn't get our support, like 2 months after. Real though, the
You're
MRS
right.
was like 2 months later, dude. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Literally,
Smart.
just who would have thought just a quick variant would have caused that much trouble in its cause too.
Mhm. Jumping in, I think this event was pretty awesome. Similar to what you guys, this is almost an echo chamber in terms of content. We had the Double Z, which had a lot of hype coming into it. Then we had we had the Hama Hama, the R Jar, Z Plus, Cubile. I have all these little listed over here somewhere. But I think all of those are pretty good suits. I'm glad we did get a variety of general raid support, general whatever. Instead of having like 4 generals, 1 raid, and maybe 1 support of all different costs, we all managed to get like at least 1 for 600, and then everywhere else in between, because these suits are going to carry us into the next stage of this game, because once you jump up 50 to 100 points in the game not only are we being introduced to new suits, we're introducing new mechanics, new gimmicks we have to be concerned about. So it has to be careful with the power creep, as one of you guys mentioned before. When bringing older suits up to the same level, they need to be properly buffed. That's my only concern about this event, foreshadowing down the road. Because there's other suits I just legit love, and I want to play with them forever. But let's face it, that can't happen. The only banners I didn't really like that much was BST, because, well, it was a very steep banner. However, the suits are cool. You'll get them eventually. You guys didn't miss out. So them not being broken was actually pretty good. So certain people get them, and other people can see it. So don't worry about it. But I think overall, my favorite banner was the one that just came out with the half and then the free banner. This anniversary event was absolutely beautiful. I enjoyed it a lot. I didn't care too much for the limited support, limited suit you get. It's just whatever to me. But all in all, I think they did a good job this year, and hopefully they won't wait another year to give us content of this quality. So fingers
For
crossed.
sure.
Very much agree with that last comment. I hope that's what pretty much Halloween and stuff is. Just everything keeps meeting this standard.
Hmm.
Yeah, Emblem.
I guess I'll be the person that doesn't agree.
Devil's
And not just because it needs to be in there, but I think the implementation of the suits and stuff like that, like the stuff at its core is fine. But I personally think that as at an overall, they kind of jumped the gun. I'm still of the mindset that we got 650 too early. We
Oh, yeah.
barely have 600
yeah.
fleshed out.
Yeah, I agree.
We needed more, and then the way they handled 650 was just a mess. Like there are two, right? It's still just a double Zeta and a Cubole, right? Did I miss a native? I mean, I guess technically Zeta Plus is 650 now too.
Well, I mean, it's
Besides
not
like
native,
the suits they
though.
leveled up into it. Right, it's not native.
Like,
So
there's no native
like,
raid or support.
yeah, like there's only generals. There's none of the other classes. They literally were fillering the 600 cost bracket during the event where they introduced 650. I don't think I think they jumped the gun. I think it was too soon. I think they could have had some of these suits still come out and not have introduced 650. Like maybe we had to wait for Double Zeta and a Cubelite a little bit, which would have kind of sucked. But I think they were jumping the gun. Like the other stuff though, like the things that they do to draw new players, to draw like new and returning players in, like that's good. They do that really well. Giving rewards out to players. I wish some of the rewards were things that haven't been in the DP shop since the beginning of the game. Sometimes, and that's a little bit of hyperbole. It's not that bad, but it's pretty close. When they're giving out goofs and DOMs and stuff like that in year 2 of the game, why isn't that goof the G line standard, which is a really good mobile,
or at
suit.
least
It's been out
higher
for a
level
while.
versions of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that we got at least the BD2 and the like GM Cannon 2 and a few things like that. So there were some top tiers in there, which was nice. But again, they're all in the DP store now, so it's like.
So, Emblem, what I do want to also piggyback off real quick. Sorry, when you mentioned the rewards, what I actually didn't like was at the beginning of this campaign. And I could be me being stingy. When you did clan stuff and missions, you had 5 times the rewards.
Yeah.
But that was only 5 times for like how many weeks? Like I think they could have done like it.
They should have refreshed it, right?
Too much. Yeah, they should have refreshed it. Refreshed it every week, or at least gave you a certain amount. Because I was like, yo, this is cool. And meanwhile, the clan's putting in work, leveling up. You're like, dude, this kind of sucks. Like you guys could have refreshed it or give us some more charges to do it, because I think that also hyped up people to play that much more and get those missions done. Because you guys know, like, if you have the people in the clan that do the missions, people will be like, "Oh, whatever." But that's, I think.
Go ahead.
Oh,
I was gonna say, correct me if I'm wrong, but was it limited last year? I don't think it was.
I don't recall last year.
I feel like we talked about this too. Was it?
Yeah, we brought it up, but I don't think we actually got an answer. But
I'm trying to think, because I wasn't in a clan last year like this, because I declined all the clan stuff last year.
So
I think
the big thing last year, though, I think people were exploiting it or something too. So they kind of, I think they limited it this time to stop the exploits, so that it was 5 times per person. Because I know people last year apparently
who were just hopping clans,
were hopping clans and getting it like 100 times, so they had like 500 tokens or something.
I remember they did that patch, and they also changed it so depending how long you've been offline dictates if you get all those rewards and stuff. I do remember that now. I just remember the patch somewhere. So the only thing they could just limit like how many you as a person or per account can accumulate through that, But I mean, I guess that was simpler for them, but I definitely see people exploiting stuff like that. But man, I just people got to ruin things, man. Dang it.
Yeah, exploiter is gonna exploit.
I'm just
But,
gonna like hide my head for a second though with that
Yeah.
comment. My bad, guys.
Yeah, good old toxic Magnum over
Oh,
here
yeah.
exploiting and doing
I
all
mean,
kinds of
I mean,
fucked up
if it's
shit.
part of
Strike
the
it
system.
again. It's not part of the game. You're just trying to get it because you don't want to spend money.
Whoa, hang
I
on.
hear that
It's
shit.
part of the system.
Look
though.
at
If
you.
it's part of the system.
No, you're the reason we get all these limitations. And shit.
Hey man, I'm also that kid who went into like Taco Bell and come out with $20 of tacos from that spinny coin thing.
Oh my
So,
God.
Mm.
yeah, I'd go in
You're
with a
also
dollar
the
bill.
dude that was like selling illicit shit to other people for money. So and characters and stuff. He's got stories.
man.
He's already outed himself thoroughly.
Yeah, I do have a scorched earth policy when I quit a game. Like, I'm just like, okay, I'm done with the game. Scorched earth. I could care less about the economy or whatever. So I'm like, yeet. I just get rid of my stuff. So.
But yeah, I'll just like close my thoughts just by saying, do I think the event was terrible? No. Could it be better? Like they did, like you guys said, the things you touched on, I agree, they did a good job with. But I don't know, it just felt like it felt like they were kind of like shooting to the wind. That's kind of why like the 3-year thing was like, it's just like they're always gonna try to set up for a sequel for the most part for a movie. Kind of thing. But when I first heard that Double Zeta was going to come out, I thought they were wrapping it up.
Yeah, that's another
Yeah, we
thing.
all
62 is
did
barely
for a hot
produced.
minute. Like, man, this
Like
is it.
they're just trying to put out a suit that they know people are going to think is real hot, and then we're closing up for GBO 3, or something like that. Like that's a little bit extreme. I will say that particular take was more tinfoil hat. In that regard,
I'm still got my
It
tinfoil
wasn't.
hat on.
It was
that.
until we knew better, though. Hindsight and all that. Because for all we knew, we were surprised it made it this, or let alone that it even had an international release.
Yeah.
Was it a flimsy international release? Yes,
It's been doing
but they
good.
still did it. Like, so there's just been a lot of surprises with this game.
So another thing that you said though, Emblem, with the pretty much on the 650 stuff. I also agree. I forgot to actually mention that. I think again, I don't think they should have went to 650 yet. I think they should have waited. Whether they just put the suits, because we still don't have enough in 600. I mean,
we don't.
It's just not
at the start of this event.
Rolling.
Yeah, I was gonna say at the start of this event, I had 2 600 suits, or one or two. I can't remember when I got the Imo Yogu. I had the MLRS when they did that guaranteed 1 of 10 suit thing. I ended up getting the MLRS out of that, the 600 cost one, which has been my suit, and it's my favorite suit in the game, other than the Dom Barrage. So, like, it's one of my top 3 favorite in the game, and it is one of my top 5 favorite suits. The GBO2 period is my top 5 favorite suit period, and so yeah. To get that suit, it's definitely been carrying me, but I'm happy with it, right? But that's literally been the only thing I've played in 600 matches since we've had 600 matches. And until I got that suit, I would use the 550 MLRS, which I just got like 2 months before they came out with the 600 version. So even then, I didn't really have a 550 suit that I really liked. I played the Goku Jaeger, which I had luckily, and then I had a Haimo Gelgoog at 550, And even then, I still don't even have that many 550 suits. And this event flushed out my 500, 550, and 600 some. Not too much, but I finally just now got a good selection of 500 suits within the past, 2 or 3 months. And, yeah, so I'm just saying. And now we're at 650, and miraculously, I've got actually 2 650s right now. I got a raid and a support, which is kind of cool. But I didn't know that with the 600, because I literally just got my first 600, literally I think within the 2 or 3 months range. So
I was going to say, I think the gap between 600 and 650 could have been longer. I know some people wanted more suits, but I would prefer to have a more variety of selection of suits at 600 before we go to 650. Like you, I had a problem because it's like I didn't want to do 550s because I would have to use a 500. Even though I have maybe 1 or 2 supports in 550, I kind of wasn't feeling them until MRS hit recycle ticket, That's when I started doing like 550 and 600s. Honestly, aside from that, I would have to be a general because a lot of generals, a lot of the new cost suits will always fall out being generals, and then you have to wait for like a month and a half to get a support pool at that level. So that's what sucks. Looking at my stuff now, I think I have like a total of like 7 600s, but I got like 3 of those 600s from this event, surprisingly. But they're like the Gelgoog J, the Gundam, like those being 600s. I don't like how they did that. Instead of them trying to bump units up to higher cost levels being 600, they should have just gave us some more time and gave us more 600 suits. I might be picky, but I think that transition was kind of jumping the gun, so to speak. That's why we're now at a point where I feel as if 550 and 600 suits are weird, because I go in a 650 match, I'm like, dang, they need a support, but my support 600. It's like, well, I'm going to be disadvantaged if they have a support that's 50 points higher than me. I mean, those numbers, people are like, it don't matter. But at the end of the day, if you're trying to mid-max your the wins, especially when you're A and A plus and rated, that comes into play. That stuff comes into play. But
I
overall,
go ahead. Sorry.
I was just say, I'll totally give the event like a 9 out of 10, easily 9 out of 10.
Yeah, as far as the rewards and stuff, amazing. I'm thoroughly impressed. But yeah, the 650 thing though, the point that they could have done the double Zeta and stuff in 600, maybe not the Cubulate. Cubulate is actually kind of like that next step up. Also, the animations on the thing are sexy. But yeah, both of you just that's great.
It's a sexy mobile suit, man.
It is a sexy mobile suit for real though.
It is. The first time I got that counter off, I was like, oh,
that shit's loud too. Oh my god.
It's like, and
they want you to know that you countered somebody in that suit.
Yep. And then when you do your dodge and your boost isn't, you're not overheated. You know how amazing that swag is when you roll like that.
Yeah, dude.
Swagging on people. All right, continue. Sorry.
But yeah, no. I mean, for real though, the Cubulate, the 10 out of 10. I'd still wish I had it after 283 tokens on it. But yeah, no, for real. I've been saving for 2 months because I've been like, okay, like literally once we started speculating what the anniversary event was going to be, I'm like, I'm calling it the Cubulate, which I didn't think it would be the double Zeta stuff. But I'm like, the Cubulate, bound, all the big Zeta suits is what I called. And then when I saw double Zeta, I'm like, the Cubulate's coming out right during the spin. I'm still calling it. The Cubulate has to come out during the spin. And then the thing is, it did. And I had 202 tokens waiting, and I was like, the time has come. Yeah. I'm ready. I have planned for this. And
the time has come, and so have
I. It's a good thing I planned for this by continuing to work on my tokens. And nope. I went down to 20. Luckily, though, the community was there. The community was like, we got you, fam. And I'm like, thank you. And then it still didn't happen. And then they were like, single pulls, go. And then I got like, oh man, like, I was like, okay, guys, thank you again. Here we go again. And then like, oh man, we did single pulls, and just, everybody was like, I had a couple people in Discord at the same time. They're like, oh man, I can't stand to watch you 3 seconds later. You're reacting both before and after. Oh, this is painful to watch. So yeah, that's why I'm making that compilation video. And then this week though, it's just like, here's like 3 Black Medeas in one pool or whatever. Yeah. And I'm just like, what?
Where was this earlier?
Where was this earlier? Where was my Black Medea that gave me a Gundam? Level 1. And a BD2.
Gundam is very solid.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
Oh, it gave me and then the second Black Medea gave me a BD2 level 1. And I'm just like, at least it's better than a Gundam. And then like literally 2 boxes later from that Black Medea Gundam, it gave me another gold box. It was another level 1 Gundam. And I'm just like, that was like, I literally got up, I like threw stuff, and you just hear me in the background just raging. And so yeah, it was but anyway, back to the main point though.
Did that ever get clipped, by the way?
Oh no, it got clipped. It's fully, I just went ahead and highlighted it because I'm like, screw it. It took too long for somebody to clip it. I'll just highlight it. Here you go. Have fun, people. Here, feel my pain. Literally, I put a command that was like, to know my pain, so, and then people started using the command. I'm looking at you, Hikaru.
Yes,
Um,
of course.
literally, when somebody else would hop in the chat, like Hikaru was like, "I got you," and I'm
I
like,
got you, fam.
"No, that's not what that means." But anyway,
Similar like that before too. It's like whenever somebody shows up, it's like, oh, you guys got to see this embarrassing moment
oh
here.
my gosh, for real though.
Why did I make this command?
But yeah, right. I think it still exists somewhere. But so yeah, back to the 650 thing. The reason why I think that they could have put these suits in 600, maybe not again the Cubulate before we got off on that. The MLRS. I mean, maybe it's just because the MLRS is so good, but I feel like the MLRS, and like the Hammurabi even can compete in those costs pretty well. So we've already got suits that can compete there. They just had them down 600. I think it would be fine. Now again, the Cubulate might have needed to wait because it is kind of amazing. I've seen some people that are really getting the hang of that stuff and that can actually aim because I can't aim that well. But the people that can really aim those follow funnels and just like pop you 3 times, stagger you, hit you with the rear ones afterwards, stagger you again, come in,
Yeah, the
hit you
fact
with
that
the
they have
side
that
ones,
extra
hit you with
drift
the
too is
beam.
interesting.
Yeah, and then do the 2 melees and then dash, beam you with the hand again, come in, knock you down, and then finish you off. And I'm just like, what just happened to me? Like again, like those crazy
Feel
god tier.
violated,
Like
ugh.
yeah, the closer I got, because I got pretty close this to A+ again, just because I've been playing like a ton, and I've been spamming the MLRS when the Cubulate came out to be like, haha, I get wrecked. I got to take my revenge for not getting the Cubulate. If I can't use it, I got to destroy it.
No one will enjoy it.
Yeah, so I went in with the MLRS, and I was just like, fine, I'll just go with my best suit and destroy you all. But yeah. So when I got up there close, though, there was people that were just like popping me in the shield 3 times. I was staggered, and then they just rear funneled me, and they got close enough to beam me, like I said, and did that full combo. And I'm just like, oh my, they just like one comboed me with everything, and their follow funnels were done overheating. So by the time I was knocked down, they would just swap to those, hit me in the legs, and either my legs were just about gone, or I was dead. And I was just like, oh, this suit's scary. This suit actually is like god tier level. I am scared to see when people really get the hang of this. So, but overall, though, again, I think they could have done some of these in 600 and maybe justified even the Cubulate in 600. Because again, for me, I've already said if we get to 700 and 750 and we don't have an event to kind of counter some of the bad luck drops, I might have to start, backing away from the game, or at least because, again, like there for a while, I was just like, well, I couldn't play 600. I mean, I just couldn't play. Like I would go in and get wrecked by the everything that was like, especially when Stardust Memory Suits hit. I was like, okay, guys, here I go out in my Gelgoog. Yeah.
Everyone has a GP something.
Yeah.
Or,
and it's like,
or
Heimal
Bernie
Gelgoog
and
actually saw me through really hard on account though for a good while because
I
I
mean,
was
that was
actually
my
missing
only
a lot of
option.
that stuff.
Yeah, but again, that was my only option. And my first suit was almost a year later. My first GPU suit period was almost a year later. And that's kind of oof. Oh, well, actually, sorry. I had the FB, but it was guaranteed.
Right.
So
that's because you actually like wailed to get through that. Just sad.
well, I didn't have to wail because
Space
I'm a
Monday.
token saver. Like again, I had 202 ready for this event. So like I said, I saved tokens. But yeah. Ooh. Just get good. Oh, just had to get good. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought Mag was saying just get good, man. And I'm like, oh.
I mean, kind of still, but
Yeah,
sanity.
pretty much. But yeah. Anyway, that's kind of my final thoughts on the event. I forgot about the 650 thing though.
Yeah, the fact that we know that there's
Oh, you cut out the fact that we know
that there's another year coming.
No,
nope,
you're good. We can hear
you're good.
Oh,
You're good. We can hear you.
Okay.
There's another year coming.
Means that they had some more time to rectify at the very least. I just hope they don't take until the next anniversary to do it.
Yeah. And I'm wondering though, Is this them actually admitting that they're gonna have another year, or or are we gonna get to Christmas and find out, hey, by the way, we're doing another game because new console.
So did they say that the third year will be the last year, or here's to our third year?
Here,
Exactly.
Here, I can pull it up on the thing.
It's pretty much a here's to.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the here's to join us for our next year, or join us for another year.
I think they're just going to port this to the next gen consoles.
Yeah, I think they're still going to do
stuff. Because if GBO2 is doing, it's, from what I understand, it's doing pretty well. If it keeps doing this well, they don't have a reason to kind of start from scratch.
Yeah.
And with the next gen consoles or the next gen PlayStation, because they're not put on Xbox. I think they could implement a lot of new stuff, but eventually that means they would phase out PlayStation 4, but that's down the road. So I personally would like for them to keep building on GBO2. They have a good base, a good foundation. They do keep on doing it. Because my speculation is the game can just become that much more better if the community keeps playing it, sharing their feedback, and make sure we're doing it the right way. So people who watch our videos, our streams, they're understanding what our pain points are and so what. Because, hey, you never know. But yeah, fingers crossed. I want the game to go on as long as it can.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I've got it pulled up. Our whole development team hopes you'll join us for a third year. So.
Yeah, pretty nice. Underwater maps? Nah, bro. I don't like. I would think the only way they would add underwater maps is if people played space more, or they would have to revamp space and ground, because then you have 3 types of maps, unless they add the ability for certain suits to play underwater.
Yeah, like amphibious suits.
Yeah,
I think it'd be cool.
Port base would be a good example. In general, they just had to expand the map, maybe tighten
it wasn't
it
there. They just patched it
around
out.
the other side.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, we fell through
we yeeted into the water.
They're just going to be like, oh, that'd be really cool. Like, imagine if they open up water areas for amphibious suits, because I feel bad that a lot of amphibious Xeon suits don't have any water to be in. Like,
you just gotta hobble on the ground all day.
Yeah. Then they get a new skill that they move faster in water. Or they do, and then
they pretty much have space movement or something. They just
So like you just hop in the water section of the map and you can fight there, or you catch somebody over there next to it, or like there's the pools of water in between, and then you're on like a bridge and you knock somebody into it, and you're in an amphibious suit and you're on the high gog and you're just like, okay, here we go, yeet, let's go, and then you just start wrecking that guy in water and he can't do anything. Yeah.
So as much as I would like the idea, I don't think it's reasonable right now. They're probably going to focus more on crazy ass suits on ground and space before they do water maps.
Probably. Well, I don't think it would be a full water map. But I think it would be kind of a cool hybrid thing, like I said, like a tank of water. Like, I don't know, maybe it's there's the ocean right here, but they are letting water in or something, and there's like little bridges, and there's different water. Like I said, you could fall in. I mean, maybe they're like a suit height worth of water, so literally you just jump out of it.
Yeah, like it's a hazard to other suits, and they have to struggle to like get out. But like amphibious suits can
just jump in and no big deal.
Maul them.
Yeah, so I think that would be cool. But like not a full underwater map kind of thing. I don't think
that'd be weird to pull off.
Yeah.
Get a kiddie pool.
Yeah, pretty much.
That would be a good one for an event map, though. All the big aquatic mobile armors.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
So, I think I kind of want to ask the age-old question. What do you guys think we'll see next week?
Yeah, there we go. That's pretty much what I was. Yeah. So
the O. They're gonna drop something heavy on
it. We gotta drop some big Zeta stuff to make up for last time.
Isn't it 2 weeks when the Xeon came out? Was it 2 or 3 after the event? I think the O is when the Xeon is going to come out, or the O is going to be when the Xeon came out.
I mean, there's no reason for them to adhere to any of that. So
I know, but that's kind of my prediction. But again, they're not actually having a live event to show off the O like they showed off the Xeon. So maybe not.
Watch them do it anyway. They have like an open air event or something.
I think Well, it depends because we just had a huge anniversary. They might want to be like, okay, we just do a lot of this new stuff out in the game. But if they continue, I said this banner was good, but I also said this banner was bait for us to use all our stuff because usually in gacha games they come out with like limited units or specials like right after a big event. And it's like, dude, my wallet, fine, okay, here you go. So the next suit I think or big suit we'll see is the O. Second, the next suit I want to see is the sniper custom. I think it's Shimada. It's a GM sniper with the rockets and the sniper rifle. I would like to see that suit in the game. So that's what I want to see versus that's what I think we'll see soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of talk about Shimoda Custom. A lot of people are looking forward to that. They like the Toad Rider or like Full Armor Pale Rider or stuff like that.
The Full Armor Pale Rider.
Been one.
That'd be a good return to form to just like other suits.
Here, Magnum, real quick. I want to add on what you were saying, and I'll just cover my stuff as well. I think we'll see DO pretty soon as well. I was originally saying like next week, or just like next banner. But if not that one, like, because we could maybe do like the Palace Athene next, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like DO will be after it. And we actually do have an event coming up where they could potentially announce a mobile suit release. I don't know if you guys got the email I did, but right now there's an actual, online Gundam Fest going on right now.
Yeah.
Info just
and there
put
was
out a series for it.
Yeah, and there's a stream on I think the 23rd. We're gonna talk. Well, realistically, it's probably just gonna be like a 10-minute discussion of both GBO2 and Maxi Boost On combined, and then an hour of Gunpla Warfare and Gunpla.
Oh,
but they have the
then it might be
potential
next
to make a suit announcement, kind of like they did it to Xeon during that
I was
event.
gonna say they could be though with this. Yeah.
I think they can do that, or they could reveal the next Gundam fighting game because they have been working on one.
That'd be cool too. Yeah.
Really? When did that come out?
That was
I
announced.
think I announced 700.
That was announced a hot minute ago because remember, Maxi Boost On is before Maxi Versus 2.
Yes.
Versus 2 is in Japan. Yeah, so we're always 2 or 3 versions behind arcades when it comes to consoles. So that would be about right.
So it'd be another one in the Versus line? Or you try to take it?
The trailer that I remember seeing, it alluded to it being another fighting game. So I don't know. I definitely could see it being another Versus or a 2D Gundam game.
Or New Gundam Breaker 2.
New Gundam Breaker. I love Gundam Breaker. That was my thing for years, but New Gundam Breaker destroyed it. Just bring back the OG team and we'll be good. Don't do New Gundam Breaker 2.
Or at least just give us a remastered port for free. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, no Time Lord feels your pain.
Time Lord knows. We all know it hurts.
They tried to do something different.
And it was a bad different.
Yeah, they didn't flash out. They didn't do it very well.
Sorry to kind of
new Gundam Breaker.
Oh, whoops. Forgot to change that. Oh well. Sorry to tangent kind of back on previous topic a little bit. But real quick, when I was talking about what suits I got at what cost, so I got 13 new 500 cost suits, giving me a total of 43,500 now. So feels good at 500, but still 13 during this event. 4 550, which gives me a total of 16 now, and I have a total of 600, and got 4 of those during this event. So again, I had 2 to start with, or maybe 5. I don't know when I got the Haimo Gelgoog. And I actually got 2 with the 650s. So this event's been pretty generous, but that's a lot of suits I didn't have, and we were up to 600 cost before this. So yeah, like that does hurt a little bit. But anyway, but yeah, as far as speculation on what's going on after this, another interesting thing that I think, player retention. Do we think there's going to be a lot of drop off after this?
Probably.
Yeah, unless they surprise us with another map.
That'd be nice.
See you guys
that'd be cool.
Ron, give me another ground map, bro.
New suit,
Von
new
Braun,
map
let's
during
go.
this stream on the 23rd. New suit, new map. That'd be cool. Do you have the time on the stream, by the way?
Yeah, 1 second.
'Cause
There
I
really
might-
should have been.
I
map
want to say it's 2 o'clock
anniversary too.
Pacific.
Okay, then I might try to
Yeah,
restream
that
it.
is.
If you guys wanna watch it live or something, or do what we did last time, we can do
There
that.
we go.
You said it's the 25th or 26th?
23rd. This coming Sunday.
Sunday,
Yeah,
okay.
2 p.m. Pacific.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
I'll link you guys the main website for the
Yeah.
entire event too. They've got
Yeah.
discounted They have like exclusive Gunpla.
So if you guys also haven't seen it, you can legit watch like hella Gundam movies during the weekend.
Yeah,
that
Gundam
one.
info.
They already
Yeah.
uploaded a whole bunch. Yeah.
Marked them all out.
It's
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, Gundam info is pretty legit.
There's a link to the Gundam Already Online Expo that I put into the Discord chat though, if you guys wanted to look at it.
I also linked
Not gonna lie, that
tab too.
that clear color new Gundam looks pretty nice.
Pretend nice.
For real. Their new Gundam Wadate Janai. In this case, I guess it is.
Very much for sure.
But yeah, so again, though, I'm kind of curious to see what kind of stuff as far as players after this, because I mean, I don't know what you guys have seen during it, but I've seen some interesting, especially the first week where people were coming back, and people were coming back. You're like, man, you know what you're doing? You seem to be flying around. Are you drunk right now? I don't know what this guy's doing. He's I'm just gonna put him out of his misery, so I'll put a few missiles into him with my MLRS and walk away. But
Straight out of prison, just like, what is all this
like
shit?
they're just flailing around with 2 side swings and stuff and shooting me with Vulcans is like not a like Mark II or something. And I'm like
it doesn't even feel like old school meta. It's just like you like hot dot this game real quick when you first played.
Like you got to you probably played this really, really, hard back at the anniversary or something, or maybe at the Western release. I don't know, when you played, but it's been a hot minute. You're relearning the game, I can tell. So there was a lot of that.
I just realized I'm about to lose my A rank. No, my A minus or whatever. Dude. Okay, that's another story. Some people need to.
Rated is tough, man.
Rated is tough, dude. I was like, dude, I got to put my tryhard hat on now.
Here, let's do a queue. I'll help out. Let's go. I'll play some MLRS.
No.
Just hit me up anytime you see me on. I'll play.
Yeah.
But yeah, the honestly though, as far as the suit stuff post event, other than when the O is coming, I have no clue now what we're gonna get. Like, I mean, a couple of things I would like to see, I guess, is kind of more my take on this. I guess we can go around for this kind of thing. Mass production Cubile. The Gaza D for support. I know you mentioned Palace Athene for sure. Yes, please. I know some people have been saying like Ryzen and stuff like that, but can we finally get the Methus, please? Finally get that suit.
That might be what next week is, just to get it out of their system.
Let's go and just swoop this out. Go and swoop that one out. Go and
Get it out of here.
I just feel like they're going to try to bait our token usage before another big drop.
For real though.
Like, now that one seat you're waiting on forever, here it is. Go.
But yeah,
there was.
all I got.
Yeah, there was a glint of hope for the O, but we'll see. See what happens.
Well, I guess okay. So what's everybody's 5 suits? So I guess that was. I think that's how much I said. If I
That's
didn't,
too many.
okay, 3 suits. Either way, pick a number of suits that you want to see and go. Emblem.
Okay, yeah. As far as that goes, I'll say I would like to see the Memphis. The Nero would be pretty cool, and the Zeku Irons.
Ooh, that'd be cool. Okay, I think Beyond's got his maybe, or he's searching for some.
So no, I was trying to remember the names. But anyway, my top 3, of course, I said 1, the Shimada, was it the Snyder? Just like it's the more edgy Super Ninja knot.
That's
I
got
forgot.
like
Yeah, Doug's.
kunais or whatever.
Yeah, like it's shit ton of kunais everywhere. I was like, just give me that. And then lastly, it's pretty much a GM custom, but it has a giant spirit and a shield. Or was the Pale Rider with the shield and the spirit? I don't remember.
The Dullahan?
Dulahan.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we were talking about that a long time ago.
That's what I want to see. That's those are the 3 I want to see. Whew.
And Gustav, what you got?
Yeah, we need to finish out the Pale Rider line. I mean, it's got precedence from GBO1, so for sure, full armor would be nice too. Just do a dual banner or something. I don't care. And beyond that, I definitely think we should get another Zeta suit. The O just feels like the obvious one, or the Meth is just to shit it out. Either of those is really the big ones that I'm hoping for right now, just to see how they're gonna do them in this game.
You also mentioned the full armor stuff. Full armor slave wraith from GBO1.
Like full armor and God, in the old game it was a dual banner for the dual hand. Came with, was it the full armor or was it something else?
That I don't know.
I'm trying to remember the art and what the other
I
suit
don't
was.
remember. Oh, speaking of full armor, someone was talking about the heavy armored Easy 8.
Oh yeah,
Let's get the Space Easy 8 too, right?
The high mode Easy 8 looks
Oh.
really neat.
You know what we didn't get? And they mentioned that they're gonna do it. The whatever giant beam Zeta.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mega Beam Launcher or whatever it's
Yeah.
called. Yeah.
That's going to be that's totally going to be a support. That better be a
Yeah,
support.
the transformation function will be broken.
It'll totally be a general.
It'll be the return of a Super Gundam.
Don't even joke about the transforming now.
Bro, Super Gundam literally is supposed to transform and can't. They're
Oh,
never gonna give
no.
the support.
Dude.
Okay?
Doesn't
It's
it
like,
involve it actually like shifting the backpack and shit though? It's not like a fluid transformation or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, but like you say,
That's why they took us out of the double Zeta too, and that should have had a transformation.
say raid tax. What is the equivalent for support? Like
Just being a support.
No maneuverability. Yeah.
You guys get taxed harder because you don't even have transformation stuff.
Yeah, right.
Your takes, like, goddamn, at least we got that going.
I will say though, the tanks came out and they were busted.
Yep.
So maybe that's why they're afraid.
They're like, oh, I want to do that again.
Yeah, because I remember the first clan battle or the first rated battle, whatever. They're like, yo, too many people are running these supports. We got to nerf them real quick.
Oh yeah.
Like, get
well, I mean,
here.
it was the only support used in the tournament that they had in Japan,
Mhm.
and like they nerfed the Hildolfer 4 times.
Yeah, they nerfed.
Well, they nerfed it. I think it's 2 or 3 for every other cost, and the 400 one, the level 1 of both it and the assault gun tank, also got nerfed 1 extra time.
Yeah, those suits are still fun. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I would drive around that hill off and just be silly.
They're
It's
still
fun.
top tier. But anyway, so yeah, we have no other speculation of what's going on. You guys want to go and get into some shoutouts?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, cool. So, Beyond, if you want to go first, let everybody know what you got going on, what you got coming up, and stuff like that.
All right, guys. So as far as content coming up on YouTube, tomorrow I'll go and let you guys know. I do release suit overviews. Tomorrow's overview surprise will be EC8 weapons rack because a lot of people have seen me play with it and had a lot of questions. So we're going to do a quick overview for that. Check that out. Last week, if you've not seen it, check out the overview of Super Gundam. I'll also be pushing out some more pool videos so you can suffer with my luck or you can be jealous. It's up to you. Regarding other Gundam content, Maxi Boost on matches are happening. I just haven't uploaded them that much. Please keep an eye on that. I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 to the side. Look for that on the channel as well. But overall, GBO2 videos are nice and they're back. If you have not submitted a video to me before, just check out the channel. Check out all the things. You can youtube.com/RedWolfVion. And please come by, say what's up. I want to thank you guys for actually having me. I know we're doing shout outs, but I want to shout you guys out because for people like you guys in the community, it means a lot when you do like guests or invites and collabs, stuff like that. So shout outs to Gustav, EG Magnum, and GamingEmblem for doing this for the GBO2 community. If they don't, or if people don't really appreciate this, they should, because this shows that people care and we trying to make something better. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. But yeah, Emblem?
Sure. Yeah. I'm GamingEmblem. You can find me at twitch.tv/GamingEmblem. I'll be playing more Battle Operation, Phantasy Star Online 2. Crystal Chronicles remake is going to be coming out on the 27th, and I'll be hitting that up. This should be pretty fun. Magnum is pondering his list of ever-growing games over there.
Just wringing his hands over there.
Yeah. And I have Plus now, so I'll have to play... I'll have to dip into a little bit of Maxi Boost on here at some point in time. But just to reiterate what I mentioned at the beginning, for those of you who may have just caught at the end or skip around, I've got a special stream on Saturday. We're going to play a whole bunch of variety games with a special theme. But we'll have Fall Guys, Battle Operation, and the like, 100% orange juice. Probably some Maxi Boost on as well, actually. So feel free to check that out. And then on speaking of raids, on Sunday we'll be building the GM Striker high grade kit. So if you like Gunpla and you like to see good things done to raids, you can come around 12 p.m. Pacific time, and we'll be building that up and then just transition it right into community matches. But internet, video games, fun, WoW, GamingEmblem. Feel free to come and check it out. And also, thanks for everybody being here. And Ryan, I appreciate you coming in and talking with us as well. Just to reiterate and jump on the you guys are awesome train as well. You guys are awesome.
Hey, Gustav, what do you got going on?
Pretty much this and Cross Rays are our big ones right now. Trying to get some more recording stuff going on, get some like raw recordings of like gameplay so I can put up some matches on YouTube or just share like different kinds of clips on Twitter as well. So I'm like running 2 instances of OBS in some cases, just like little stuff like that for the channel and stuff. We're also going to be doing something, I don't know if we're talking about it yet, but there's going to be another like community thing for the broadcasting stations coming up on Friday, right?
Yes, we're playing Fall Guys tomorrow.
Yes, Fall Guys.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing Fall Guys Friday. After later on in the day, we're going to 4 clan matches in the morning, so that's going to be an interesting combination. But yep, definitely keep an eye out for all that. And we will be playing Gundam Battle Operation regardless every day for our dailies and more.
Sleep is good, only until clan matches happen.
Also, we do have a secondary clan GK since GS3 is currently full, although that might be changing. We're going to have like maybe 1 slot open depending.
Repeat
You guys want to try to hop in there? GKN, capital G, lowercase k, capital N.
Kind of cut out there.
Great Karen Nation.
Oh, I forgot about that name.
Yeah.
They want to speak to your manager. So if you're in the manager bitches and being a Karen. GKN boys.
Something about Ginny being a Karen is like really funny to me.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, but anyway, as always, everybody's links and stuff will be down in the description below. Again, thanks everybody for coming, and thank you for coming on for the podcast, Vion.
Yeah.
It's been really awesome.
Thank you.
But,
Thank you.
But anyway, I'm EG Magnum. I stream on Twitch, got a Twitter, Discord, YouTube channel, stuff like that. I will be playing some GBO2 as always. And speaking of which, clan matches in the morning. We actually have one slot open right now in MNG. That's capital M, lowercase n, capital G. And then, as Gustav said, later tomorrow, probably around I think somewhere around 7 to 8ish. We'll probably start, and then I guess whenever Emblem gets home, then I'll kind of fill in. But I definitely I'm pretty hyped for the Fall Guys thing. So we're going to do Fall Guy Friday. On the weekend, what was mentioned Saturday? I don't know. I feel like I've forgot something to do that I'm doing on Saturday, but oops. Oh well, I'll figure it out. Wednesdays is always the tabletop for the Gundam campaign using the Robotech SMG rule set. And then again, the podcast every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And if I didn't say the tabletop thing, that's 6 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays. And gonna have Saturday I might do Marvel's Avengers again just to play Black Widow because I didn't play Black Widow last week. And that video gonna be my impressions video talking about that and comparisons to Marvel Heroes and my hopes for it as well. Gonna be trying to get that out before the release of the game at least. So gonna be working on that on the weekend. And then now I just found out, that next week I'm gonna be playing some Crystal Chronicles. Whoops! What a surprise!
Like
there
you
we
find that
go.
out you've been finding that out like every week. So
Oh my gosh, for real though, I keep
Who is it
I
a
keep
surprise to
forgetting.
anymore?
I keep forgetting every week, and then Emblem mentions it, and I'm like, oh my
It's a
gosh,
surprise
mind
for
blown.
no one but you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's right. And then everybody's like, yeah, you knew this. And I'm like, oh. But anyway, but there's that. Gonna try to finish Hades early next week then, in that case, Monday or Tuesday, gonna try to finish that. And then possibly on the 31st, we'll be doing maybe some Gundam stuff. And then on the 1st is when the Avengers hits, and the new Path of Exile League should be starting either the 4th or maybe the week after. They haven't really announced that yet, so I don't know. From what they were saying earlier, it was going to start at the beginning of September, but who knows? Maybe they're actually having to push it back. But we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, all that. Leave us a comment below about what you think of what we've talked about and any other thoughts you have. But anyway, guys, that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace.
later.
Peace.